The following is a production of the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network. The boys of fall are back. Davis County football is coming your way on New Country 104.3 KRKN. Davis County Mustang sports broadcasts are brought to you by these sponsors. Tricia and the staff at Brothers Market in Bloomfield. Make sure and download their new app and start saving today at Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. By Community First Credit Union, with over 16 locations to serve you. By Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Call them today for a virtual visit and get seen from the comfort of your home. By Davis County Community School District. One school, one community, one goal. The best we can be. By Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield. Call Darren today to get a great night's sleep on a mattress you'll love. 664-3060. By First Iowa State Bank, with locations in Bloomfield, Cantrell, and Keosauqua. Today, tomorrow, together. By Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road. Call Jody for all your state-certified concrete sand, top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel at 799-1235. By Ray, Doug, and Chris and the team at Hamilton Produce in Bloomfield and Ottumwa. Stop in for all your farm and hardware needs, and don't forget, they are the best place to call for all your LP gas needs. By Skyler at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield. He can build any fence you need. Call today to get on his list for fall work. For pictures of his work, check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page. By Lisa and the team at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield. Quote to claim, they take care of you. By Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield. Call Bob Lawson and the staff today, where results in your field are always their first concern. By Dr. Dwayne Petrito at Petrito Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. Call them today to get a smile that lasts a lifetime. By Chris and the team at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumber yard. Stop in and get everything you need for all your projects. And don't forget to come to the Pulaski Lumber Makers Space on the second Saturday of the month. By Chad LaRue at the Right Choice Driving School. When it comes to the safety of your kids as they learn to drive, make the right choice for driver's ed. Register today at therightchoicedrivingschool.com. By Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski. See them today for a great deal on a Polaris Ranger or ATV. By Eric and the team at Spillman Auto Parts in Bloomfield. Don't forget, you can now text them about the car part you need. By Milo and his team at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield, offering free delivery to Bloomfield and the surrounding areas. And by William Penn University. Pay $5,000 or less per year with William Penn's Iowa Pride Scholarship geared towards high school seniors. Visit wmpenn.edu/Iowa Pride to find out more. Now, let's get to the field with the voice of your Davis County Mustangs, Alice Kojo.
2020 postseason is upon us. Welcome to Bloomfield, the home of the Davis County Mustangs. Tonight, the opening round of the Class 2A playoffs. The Davis County Mustangs take on the Falcons of West Burlington, Notre Dame. It's a pleasure to have you with us on this Friday evening. I'm Ellis Kojo. Joining me on our site is Parker Stevens, our producer. Allison Walker is handling things on the radio end, and Brad McCloskey, as usual, is my partner doing color commentary. Brad, let's talk about this matchup because this is a matchup of a game that was supposed to be played back in September 25th. Of course, Davis County had some players that were around somebody that was a positive case for COVID. They had to quarantine, therefore they canceled the game. It looked like Davis County was on a roll after coming off that Central Lee win in Week 4. Then they had to kind of slam the brakes. They have not won since. To me, it seems like that week off really killed their momentum.
Yeah, and I was hopeful that, the 1 week when I wasn't able to attend, when you guys headed out west to Central Decatur, that was kind of a lull game and kind of wake up. Well, they didn't. They had a decent half last week. The first half, they played pretty evenly matched, but they just didn't have a lot of energy. So I imagine that you're right, that exactly what you said, that COVID virus and that COVID week kind of took the wind out of our sails and took a lot of the momentum away. So they have to rediscover that momentum tonight because this matchup is interesting for us tonight against West Burlington.
It is very interesting as West Burlington, Notre Dame, they have a very fierce rushing attack. For the season, West Burlington, Notre Dame is rushing for 1,929 yards. So they're only, if I use my math really quick in my head, 71 yards away from rushing for 2,000 yards on the season. So they're a team that likes to run, and run some more. We know that Davis County's had their issues stopping the run so far this year.
Yeah, and they look pretty physical. You know, they took a team that took it to us last week in the second half. They took them to overtime, lost a close one, I think like 30-28. Against Eddyville Blakesburg. They pretty well manhandled Central Lee, played a pretty tough matchup against Mid-Prairie, I think last week maybe, and they lost that one, but a closer game than what I would have predicted if I had predicted that game ahead of time. So, again, an interesting matchup. We definitely have to bring more energy in the trenches and bring more physicality. You hear me say that word a lot, but against this team, they're big, they're physical, they like to run the football. Haven't seen a lot of film, but they look pretty balanced, too. They have the ability to throw the ball around, so have to be sound.
Not to mention, West Burlington Notre Dame also played Williamsburg very close as well. Only lost to them like 34-14. So and that game was still in doubt in the second half. So this is a really tough matchup for the Mustangs. I think the key thing is what you said is the energy. We said many times last week how the sideline just didn't seem there wasn't much life in the Mustang sideline. It wasn't the typical Mustang sideline that we've been seeing.
Yeah, and I'm willing to chalk it up at this point, like you said, to that week off because we had good energy before.
Yeah.
We were getting the ball in our playmakers' hands. They were making plays when they had those opportunities. So let's see tonight. Your back's against the wall. There's no tomorrow for this team, for this season, for these seniors. They're at home. What a perfect night of football it is. I mean, it was windy about an hour and a half ago. It is perfect conditions right now. The field looks phenomenal. So kudos and shout out to our maintenance crew and our field crew because, man, you could not have better conditions for a football game in October.
As you can see, the Davis County Mustangs coming out onto the field. West Burlington Notre Dame is already out on the field. The national anthem is coming up, so we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue our pregame as Davis County gets set to take on West Burlington Notre Dame in the first round of the Class 2A playoffs. This is Mustang Football on the Tumma Radio's Group Sports Network.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open, so why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best, like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection, and group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching Mustang Football on the Tumma Radio Sports Network.
As the day grows shorter, that means the sun has set, and we will play this game exclusively under the dark Friday night sky here in mid-October. Welcome back to Mustang Stadium, where Davis County is getting set to take on West Burlington Notre Dame in what should be a very good matchup. West Burlington Notre Dame 3-4 on the year. Brad McCloskey in the previous segment told us about how some of their games have been very close, and they have been very competitive throughout the season. Davis County, of course, 3-3. However, they are on a 3-game losing streak, so they're looking to turn that around as well. So, Brad, as we get set for kickoff, would it be beneficial for Davis County to get the ball first or to defer, you think?
I think from what we've seen the last couple weeks, you want to get the ball and get your offensive momentum going, because that's just my opinion. But, we have to have a faster start than what we've had the last few weeks. This team, again, I haven't seen a lot of film. I was able to find one full game on them. I'm guessing they had a bye week, or excuse me, not a bye week, but a COVID week themselves, and picked up North Tama. So I saw some film on them against North Tama.
That North Tama game was because they didn't play us.
That's who they picked up.
Game.
Okay,
right.
All right. So they picked one up. I wasn't sure, but anyway, that's a smaller class team, but they played pretty evenly for a half, and then West Burlington was able to pull away second half. And just watching what they do, they like to do some run and gun. They like to be in shotgun, and they have 2 or 3. They even have a wing back who can run the ball. Looks like their quarterback's a good running back. I believe they have a 1,000-yard rusher, and their tailback is what one of the coaches told me today, or close. So they have a multiple weapon attack, just like what Eddyville-Blakesburg did last week. Mm-hmm. But this team can also throw the ball.
Davis County won the toss. They have deferred. So West Burlington, Notre Dame will get their hands on the ball first. Davis County in their maroon tops with gold pants, their customary home uniform. West Burlington, Notre Dame with the white tops and the green pants. And it's always interesting to see two schools combine together to form a football team. Of course, West Burlington, Notre Dame, a little closer to us, Sigourney Keota. Brad, you've been on a team like that. What's it like to play with players from a different school and then renew hostilities in other sports?
Yeah, well, this is the team. This is the team that I played for, West Burlington, Notre Dame. And you're right, we were teammates during football season, and we're great buddies. And then basketball, we were rivals. Baseball, we were rivals. And then summer, you kind of had to heal those wounds a little bit and come back together and play. It's been a long tradition. I don't know that their head coach, Jay Eilers, caught any of that. I can't remember exactly when. It was about that time, probably right about his senior year, that those two schools formed, West Burlington, Notre Dame. Jay, their head coach, is a 94 grad, so knows the program well. Both of us coached under Hall of Fame coach Bill Nelson, so a lot of pride in this program. He's running a similar offense to what I ran when I was there in high school, just watching, again, the little bit of film. They're big, they're physical, but, again, our backs are against the wall, so we have to match that physicality, which we did for a half last week.
Yep.
And when they get those pulling guys and those bodies to the point of attack, we have to meet that attack, and we have to play sound football at all positions.
Kicking off for the Mustangs,
Gavin McCall will kick it off for Davis County. Back to receive for West Burlington, Notre Dame is Anthony Hoffman. And I'm trying to see the other number. I believe that's Carson Chiprez. So we are just about set to get things going here in Bloomfield. We have reached the point, this is such a fast-moving season as always, but we've reached the point where it is win or go home. Davis County versus Burlington, with the winner to face Williamsburg next week. McCall runs up, kicks it off, and off we go. Low-line drive comes to Chip Rez, who goes down to a knee, and they'll call him down at the 20-yard line. That's a good call by referee Marvin Boyer. Chip Rez went down to a knee to bring in that kick, and they call him down right there. So 1st and 10 for West Burlington Notre Dame from their own 20.
And, last week we saw a lot of our kicks go out of bounds, so we were giving them an extra 15 yards starting on the 35. So little things like that, starting field position, don't look like real big plays in the moment, but over the course of a quarter or a half, those little chunks of yards can really add up. So, good job by them, and a good kick by Gavin.
1st and 10. And taking the direct snap was Trayvon Donaldson. That's the leading rusher for West Burlington Notre Dame, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage by Gavin McCall. Actually, that was Culbertson with the tackle. And we'll call it no gain back to the 20, 2nd and 10.
And that's exactly the kind of start we needed to see. Last few weeks, even going back to the very beginning of the season, we've missed that tackle. So good job by the sophomore there, knifing through, bringing down a good running back, setting the tone, no gain.
Anthony Hoffman is the quarterback in the shotgun. And it's a direct snap again to Donaldson, this time running left. And he has yardage this time, a 1st down and more. as he is close to the 35-yard line. Finally stopped by Easton White, among others, for Davis County, but it's a gain of 14 for Donaldson.
16-yard carry for Donaldson.
And is he their main featured back, Ellis? I mean, is
Yes.
that the guy that has the yard? Did you see any stats on him? Does he have the 1,000 or close to 1,000 yards rushing?
He's over 1,000.
He's over 1,000 for the season.
1,238
No
coming
kidding.
coming into this game.
Yeah, so you see he's going to get a lot of carries back there, and they will direct snap to him at times too.
That's the first two plays they did so. Now Hoffman takes a direct snap back to throw, fires it to the near sideline, intercepted! It was overthrown, and coming down with it was Dawson Townsend at the 46-yard line of Davis County.
Incomplete.
Now, that's just a great instinctive play out of him, because that's actually a really, really hard play, because you're at the same time watching the ball, you're thinking that this receiver may come down with it, so he had to simultaneously be ready to make a tackle. The ball was overthrown. Beautifully played by him and picked it right out of the air. Wow, what a play. Made it look easy. That was not an easy play out of the defender there. Great job, Dawson.
That is the third interception of the season for Townsend. So Davis County starting at their own 46. Scoreless game, just getting started from here in Bloomfield. Now they go 3-by-1, right to left. Handoff is to Gavin McCall, picking his way up the middle, and he fights his way for about 4 yards to midfield.
Yeah, I can actually hear the West Burlington coaches say exactly what I was just thinking, that we had a nice push out of our offensive line there, the D line for West Burlington. Again, the film that I watched, they come in that three-man front, similar to what we saw early in the game last week against Eddyville-Blakesburg. A lot of teams are going to that. That's what they're running right now. 3 down linemen. That time they got pushed back.
Davis kind of looking to get the run game going, averaging just 3.9 yards a carry. This is Carson Mader keeping it for himself, and he gets slung down behind the line of scrimmage by Hoffman. Anthony Hoffman making the tackle at the 48-yard line. That's a loss of 2 for Davis County, and now bring up a key third down, an early third down.
We'll bring up 3rd and 9. Tackle made by Hoffman.
Last week, in these positions, we saw a guy who hadn't had a lot of offensive looks be the target, Easton White. I do believe that this week we have to find a way to get the ball not only in his hands, because he did a nice job last week, but we have to get the ball in Caden Glosser. He's been our playmaker all year. Find ways to get him, especially in these long downs like this.
Mader in the pistol on 3rd and 9 from the Davis County 47. Glosser makes the catch on the near side, makes a man miss, makes another man miss at midfield into West Burlington Notre Dame territory at the 47-yard line, but not enough for the first down. But it appears Davis County will go for it after a gain of about 5.
He made some very nice moves there. He made that, again, look very easy. Those were 2 really, really good football moves. That's a good sign out of him. He looks 100% and didn't get a lot of action, if any action on offense last week, so it's good to see him healthy. 4th and medium here.
4th and 4, and it's a punt for McCall.
And a dandy of a punt. Good punt there.
And it takes a nice bounce at the 20, rolls to about the 15, and Easton White downs it for the Mustangs. So Davis County could not take advantage of the interception. They go 3 and out after Dawson Townsend's interception, and now West Burlington Notre Dame gets the ball back. No score, 8:54 remaining first quarter.
Yeah, a couple really good things to report, though. That was a good punt. Something that's been shaky for us all year. The punt game, the special teams play in general. Early, we got a kick that didn't go out of bounds. So, again, although we did not convert that, they are starting from behind where they were last time. They're starting on the 15. So little tiny chunks like that, if we can just keep playing solid defense and keep them where they're at.
1st and 10 for West Burlington Notre Dame, and here is Donaldson taking the handoff, actually the direct snap, fights his way past the line of scrimmage, and he is out to close to the 30-yard line. It's a first down. Donaldson with a gain of 14.
Yeah, and he comes up a little bit gimpy, so he looks like he's going to have to come out of the game. He is really hobbled as he came out of the pile on that one. So
he is a workhorse, and yeah, you're right. He does not look. He's really favoring that right leg.
Yep, not feeling real good after that one. He goes immediately to his back on the sideline over there, so coaches can start working on him. Hope he's okay, but we get a break from him for at least one play.
Kendall Baker is now in the backfield with Anthony Hoffman, the quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 29, direct snap to Baker, and he'll try to the left side of the offensive line. He's out to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of about 6.
And, when a guy like that goes down who's your, premier back in the offense, it really changes your comfort zone as an offensive play caller, because everything's designed around him, or at least using him as a decoy. So although they did gain positive yards there, you're happy if you're the Mustang defense to see him go to the sideline. Don't wish anybody to be injured, but again, difficult on the offensive play caller. Deep breath if you're the Mustangs. Big second down here.
2nd and 3 from the 36 of West Burlington. High snap, a direct snap to Baker again. Easton White grabs his ankle. And
fumble.
And there was a fumble, but it was recovered by West Burlington Notre Dame at the 43-yard line. And that turned out to be a positive gain for them, a gain of 7 when it's all said and done.
Yep, and that ball, when it fumbled, actually kicked forward, and it kind of came out. We were blocked by several defenders there, so I didn't see it pop out. I thought it was a shoe, actually, initially. But nope, it was the ball, but West Burlington was able to pounce on it.
7:29 remaining in the first quarter. No score. This is the second drive of the game for West Burlington Notre Dame. They threw an interception on the first drive. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Direct snap to Baker. Now the reverse. And taking it is Carson Chiprez up the middle. He fumbled at the end of the play. It's recovered by Davis County. Was he down? No signal yet. Davis County football. 2 straight turnovers to start the game for West Burlington Notre Dame, and it's first down Davis County at their own 44.
And those are exactly the types of opportunities that we've got to take advantage of now. 2 turnovers. Actually, the play before that was a fumble as well. West Burlington jumped back on it. So we've had opportunities here to get the ball to basically offset that, coin flip at this point. You turn the ball over the first time, turn the ball over here. Time to do something offensively here. Get the ball in some playmakers' hands.
1st and 10, Davis County from their own 44. Give them a call, running wide to the left at the 50. Puts his shoulder down, a physical run down to the 45-yard line of West Burlington Notre Dame, a gain of 11 and a first down. The tackle was made by Caden Murphy, but he took the worst part of that hit.
Yeah, that's what I really appreciate about Gavin and the way he finishes those runs, is that he kind of leans into it, lowers the center of gravity, takes the attack to the defender, and if they don't miss, they feel it, and they think about it next time they have that encounter. That was a good hit, good finish, good run.
6:50 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Davis County with the 1st and 10 at the West Burlington 45. Mater to the throw, short set. Now he tucks it in, runs to the left at the numbers at the 40, and gets drug out of bounds by Murphy at the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 8 for Mater.
Mater with the 7-yard carry.
Yeah, and he, as I've said all along this season, I sound like a broken record. Folks at home are probably sick of hearing me say it, but he has the ability to run the ball. That time he made a good decision. Nobody was open. He looked from his first target, checked down, didn't see it, ran, great positive gain on first down. You're just looking for 3-4 yards. Well, that time they got 8.
2nd and a long 2 from the 37. Give them a call. Now he'll try running wide to the right, and he'll surge forward for a first down. He shook the tackle of Ethan Eilers, who was in the backfield, but he was able to fight it forward, get a first down at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5 for McCall.
And they're doing a nice job on the offensive line of keeping the end man on the defensive line of scrimmage from making any plays outside. So they're definitely found some tendency that they saw on film of either walking one of their linebackers out or something, because we're able to cave in that end man on the line of scrimmage and taking advantage of that edge game right now.
Davis County looking to take advantage of a West Burlington fumble with 6:08 remaining in the first quarter of a scoreless game. 1st and 10 from the 32. McCall again, nice burst to the right side, and he has the first down at the 20. That's another game of dozen for Davis County, and they got things rolling here, Brad.
They do. And again, our coaches have found some tendency. They're spread to the left here, so they had doubles or trips there to the left. And whatever they're doing to shift into that is something that our offensive coaches have identified, because they're very weak on the backside, and we're taking advantage of some of those matchups. We had 54 for us as Hayden Bowes. I saw pulling there on that play to the right, had a lot of bodies there, just outnumbered them. 1st and 10 from the 20, trips to the left. Mater keeps it himself, runs it up the middle, slung down inside the 10 to about the 8. Another first down for Davis County. Yeah, so again, we're definitely finding a matchup on that side of the ball, right, on the defensive left, offensive right, that we're taking advantage of right now. So good scouting by our offensive coaching staff, good play calling here so far, and we're definitely taking advantage of some of those matchups. Keep it going. Let's put this in the house.
Davis County looking to knock it into the end zone to our left. 2 receivers to the left with 1 to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield with Carson Mater, who is in the pistol. Give them a call. Straight up the middle, at the 5, into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown, Mustangs.
9-yard touchdown run.
9-yard run for Gavin McCall, and Davis County strikes first.
Yeah, just like last week. It wasn't our first drive this week, but last week we had a very nice drive right out of the gate. Some really big holes. That time was a whopping hole that, again, Ellis, I think you could have run through and gone untouched. Probably popped both hammies in the process, right?
Yeah.
Both hammies would have exploded. But,
most definitely.
Anyway, nice hole. Good job by the offensive line. Good surge. Again, I love the balance on the offensive coaching staff, the calls there, finding those matchups that are working. Good offensive series.
Davis County lining up to go for 2-3 running backs in the backfield. Give to McCall, and he gets stopped short of the goal line. Anthony Hoffman, among others, in on the tackle for West Burlington Notre Dame. 2-point conversion, no good. 5:07 left to go in the first quarter. Davis County 6, West Burlington Notre Dame nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County strikes first. A 9-yard run by Gavin McCall as the Mustangs take advantage of a West Burlington Notre Dame fumble. 6-0, the Mustangs lead with 5:07 remaining in the first quarter. And a great start for Davis County, Brad. The defense has gotten 2 takeaways, and the offense has taken advantage of one of them for a touchdown.
Absolutely. And again, it kind of is the underpinned story of any football game. Most people don't pay too much attention to the kicking game, right? But that kind of little things like that, it can be 10, 15 yards, but then when you get a turnover, well, that 10, 15 yards just made your field that much shorter. And then we had a good punt out of Gavin when they did not do anything with the football. We were forced to punt it, but again, got another turnover where we played the field, the field position to our advantage, and again was able to have a short field to get the football in the end zone. So little things like that we just don't normally pay attention to or call out, paid off there. So a balanced attack offensively, good job by the defense, good job by special teams, 6 points.
Hoffman and Chiprez back to receive this kick for West Burlington Notre Dame. Winner of this game will face Williamsburg in the second round. Williamsburg has a bye, so they are watching and resting. About an hour and a half north of here. McCall kind of giving some minute. This is taking longer than usual. Okay, now they blow the whistle so they can go ahead and I was afraid they would get like a delayed game or something.
Yeah, I was like, is this strategic? Are they going to do an onside? What's going on here?
Right. Well, they've done surprise onside.
They have.
Before.
We've had several. You're right.
Before this year. So don't discount that.
And some of them successful.
Yep. McCall kicks this one away. Chiprez, this time on his feet at the 17, running out the far side to the 30, the 35, and bumped out of bounds around the 41, perhaps the 42-yard line. And that's where the Falcons of West Burlington Notre Dame will take over. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for them as they're looking to just hang on to the ball here.
First and 10, Falcons.
Yeah, and it's still that kind of feeling out stage, right, in the football game where both teams are just trying to, find again those matchups that they had highlighted when they were scouting, and probably sitting on some wrinkles that they have ready to go, both offensively and defensively, to spring when it's just that time. But it's kind of just, not a lot of energy right now because it's that feeling out stage in the football game. It's young.
First and 10 from the 41 of West Burlington. We don't see Donaldson in the game, so his leg is still bothering him. And so Kendall Baker is in the backfield with Hoffman. Now he runs into motion. Hoffman fakes the pass, runs it up the middle himself, out to the 45-yard line for a gain of 4.
Yeah, and I see Donaldson on the far sideline right now, about the 15-yard line on his side of the field, trying to work that out, and he doesn't look very happy, doesn't look very healthy, and something's really bothering him over there on the sideline. Again, that helps us twofold. Obviously, he's a very dangerous back out of the backfield, but it also makes that coaching staff have to switch complete gears from what their game plan was in their big plan of attack. So it's going to help us out doubly because it makes them rethink what game plan they had scripted.
Direct snap to Baker. He gets stood up, almost fumbled, but he was able to grab it That ball popped free, but he was able to snare it, and he gets stopped for no gain at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and ball security, definitely a question mark. We had one ball on the ground last series that they were able to jump back on. Immediately the next play, the fumble happened, and we were able to recover that one there. That one popped out and just happened to land right back in his arm. So ball security, and I know Coach Blake will be talking to his kids about that. Keep punching and keep tearing at that ball.
Timeout on the field called by referee Marvin Boyer.
Yep, we had a helmet issue by Piper. Cohen Piper had an equipment issue, it looked like, out of the safety position.
3rd and 5 from the 46. Direct snap to Baker. Running right. Has a couple blockers in front of him. 1st down and more. Into Davis County territory. And he's dragged down by his arm by Alex Lynch at the 24-yard line. That was a touchdown-saving tackle by Lynch at the 25 after a gain of 29 yards for Baker.
Yeah, and an interesting tackle. I mean, he just grabbed onto his sleeve, and I missed a penalty, so it looked like there must have been a holding call because this one's coming back. So fortunate.
You're right.
Holding call because that was a big gain out of Baker, and he showed good speed there. He's a junior, 5'9", 165, so not as big, not as menacing looking as the featured back Donaldson, but he showed good wheels, although it's coming back.
Yeah, missed the flag. It was holding against West Burlington Notre Dame. That wipes out a 29-yard run by Baker. And we will repeat 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 4 after they mark off the penalty. It was down the field. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So actually it's a shorter 3rd down for West Burlington.
This is a very similar offense to what we saw last week. We're not seeing the spin back. We're not seeing quite as many guys pulling. They are pulling, but we're seeing 2 guys that are kind of just shoulder to shoulder. They're snapping it to either one of them, so you have to be on your toes. The other one's leading up for the other one. They're not getting the ball.
Baker takes a direct snap. It's a handoff. Yep, it's a counter. And taking it for the 1st down was Brady Olson to the 46-yard line of Davis County. That's a gain of 6 yards.
1st and 10 Falcons.
So Olson makes his presence felt, and the Falcons move the sticks.
That's the second time we've seen that play, and I'm not sure if it was Olson on the first time, but just again a direct snap to one of the up backs, the tailbacks. They're kind of co-quarterbacks back there. Then just a quick handoff back to the slot back, coming back the other way, kind of a little misdirection, converted for a 1st down.
2:40 left to go in the 1st quarter. Davis County leading 6-0. Baker tries to go up the middle after taking the direct snap, a yard to the 45.
So, they have a lot of different formations. I've noticed sometimes they'll be out in twins, trips, 2x2. They're running essentially the same plays out of those formations, really just trying to walk your linebackers out, get them out of the box. They like that direct snap, both to the quarterback and then the tailback, or the guy who's listed as the quarterback, who really is you can call them what you want, co-quarterbacks or co-tailbacks. They're both lined up shoulder to shoulder in most formations.
2:05 remaining in the 1st quarter. Davis County 6, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing. 2nd and 9 from the Davis County 45. Baker direct snap, a big gaping hole up the middle. 1st down and a whole lot more as he is finally ridden down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Make that the 27.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that's the coach's son, big Ethan Eilers. Jay Eilers is the head coach. He's a big boy that was pulling 6'5", 260 is what he's listed at, and he just completely trap blocked our nose and just had a wide open hole again that I think I could have made it through. So a big wide open hole there out of the pulling trap back, and blasted our nose guard right out of the position, and a big hole. Big conversion on 1st down there.
18-yard gain to the 27. 1st and 10 for West Burlington Notre Dame. 90 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Hoffman this time hands it off to Baker. A more conventional play, but Davis County is ready, and they stand up Baker after a gain of a yard and a half. We'll call it 1 yard to the 26.
Yeah, fast 1st quarter. We had, I think, just the one penalty, which we just had on the hold, right. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not taking as good a notes as you are, Ellis, but a lot of mental notes. A couple turnovers, just punts and things that you normally have in the flow of a game. Here we are, ticking down 1 minute, 1st quarter.
You're right, under a minute left to go in the 1st quarter. Davis County 6, West Burlington Notre Dame nothing. Baker and Hoffman are in the backfield. And on 2nd and 9, it's direct snap to Baker. Running to the right side and slung down by Culbertson. Nice tackle by Caden Culbertson, and showing some good sportsmanship as well, helping Baker up after he slammed him to the ground. A 2-yard gain. Actually make it a 1-yard gain to the 25-yard line, and now make it 3rd, and we'll call it We'll call it 8.
Yeah, Culbertson's had a good nose for the football all year. He has a good motor. He's a sophomore, so he's getting a lot of good experience. It's going to pay off for him in the long run. Good play by him right there. Didn't let his feet stop driving. Drove back, and again, good tackle. Had partners come in and help clean him up. Good stick there on second down.
3rd and 8 from the 25. Hoffman keeps it himself, running right. He lost the ball. It pops free. It is recovered by Davis County at the 14-yard line. Another fumble on West Burlington Notre Dame on the final play of the first quarter. And when we return, Davis County will have 1st and 10 from their own 13. Goodness gracious. Brad and I will talk about what's happening here in the first quarter, but we'll flip the field, and we'll be back in 60 seconds. At the end of 1, Davis County 6, West Burlington Notre Dame nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Your best choice for groceries is Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. They are proud to offer Best Choice branded items. While you're here, check out the awesome selection in their meat department and make sure and find something for your sweet tooth in the bakery. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook or visit their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Stop in and see them today at Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. When it comes to the safety of your children, be sure to make the right choice when they start driving. At the Right Choice Driving School, they treat each student like family and do their utmost to provide each student with the necessary information and techniques to become a lifelong, safe, responsible driver. Sign up for driver's education today and you can start tomorrow. They are open to students in all Iowa districts. Go to therightchoicedrivingschool.com today for more information. Proud sponsor of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
And welcome back to Davis County, where the Mustangs lead West Burlington Notre Dame 6-0, and they have a 1st and 10 at their own 13 after the West Burlington Notre Dame turnover. Handoff is to McCall, running right, and he has a close to a first down, actually a good gain of about, we'll call it 9 to the 22-yard line.
Yeah, and we're really targeting, the what would be like the outside C-D gap.
Yeah.
We're stretching some of the offensive plays. A lot of times we run it up the middle. Well, this time we're kind of stretching and targeting almost the outside shoulder of the third down lineman, both right and left. So we had a pulling man there, kicked that end out, and another big hole there for Gavin to run through. And he's showing good vision and a finish on his run there.
McCall came into the game just short of 500 yards for the season, but this time it's Mater on a quarterback draw. Not much. Stopped short of the first down by Hoffman, among others, for the Falcons. Actually, they may give him first down yardage. We'll see where they spot it. They may have given him just enough for progress at the 24-yard line. That should be good enough for a first down, and it is. So Mater gains 2 and a first down for Davis County. So we mentioned Davis County. I mentioned in the first quarter, Brad, how their rushing game only averaged 3.9 yards per carry coming into tonight. They had 50 yards in the first quarter, and they seemed to run the ball pretty well in the first quarter.
Yeah, and we did last week as well. So, again, it's going to be all about who's going to adjust and who's going to blink first.
And there's a get to McCall, running through a hole to the 34-yard line, close to another first down.
And again, reminiscent of last week. I don't know if you saw that. They didn't touch them until 6 yards downfield. They didn't touch McCall. So we're getting a great push.
Timeout for a measurement.
Wow, so even better. I mean, it's going to be right at the sticks, almost a 10-yard run there.
Yep.
Again, he wasn't touched probably 6 yards down the field. So good push. Good surge. I'd like to see a little more excitement and energy out of the boys, and they're pushing guys around out there. But again, just kind of it's early, that feeling out stage, and they're getting good production out of the run game. Something again that'll set up some of our other playmakers outside. If we keep this up, they're going to have to adjust eventually. Can't keep giving up 6 and 7 yards. So when they do, that's when we can exploit some of those matchups on the perimeter.
It is a first down after they stretch the chains. Early stages of the second quarter, Davis County 6, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing. First round of the playoffs due to this season. Every team in Iowa made the playoffs. Winner of this game will face Williamsburg in round 2. And Davis County looking to take advantage of another Falcon turnover. Give this time to Clayton Smith. Stood up at the 40-yard line, but that's a gain of 5 for Clayton Smith.
Well, and again, that's perfect. First down, 5 yards, 5.5 yards, 7, 6, 7, whatever it is. I mean, all kinds of numbers, but regardless, great first down, good push. We're just turning the end man on the defensive line in and just exploiting those tackles. There's only 3 down linemen. There's a nose tackle to either side of that nose guard, big nose guard, but the tackles are a little undersized right now. They're definitely getting targeted. And I'm looking at the linebacker crew, too. They're undersized linebackers. They're not what we have seen, so we're definitely taking advantage of the run game right now. And timeout Mustangs.
Yep. Davis County calls timeout with 9:48 remaining in the second quarter. So, story of the game so far, Brad. Davis County has been able to take advantage of West Burlington Notre Dame's turnovers. 3 times West Burlington Notre Dame has had the ball. 3 times they turned it over.
And if we can do what we're doing right now, play the run game, not only it does a couple things for you. It wears the defense out, something that happened to us last week. It wears the clock down, and you can you force the defense to adjust, and we have playmakers at other positions that we've barely even called their names yet. We have Glosser with one play who made a couple really nice shifty moves, so he looks like he's on his A game. Our kicking game seems like it's on its A game. Now we just need to kind of boost up the energy a little bit and just keep grinding these guys out. There's no reason to adjust. We're having great attack and great production on the ground.
Make them keep doing what you're doing until they stop you. That's what I find so interesting is because up until today, it seemed like Davis County really tried to run in between the tackles, in between the guards actually. But now they're running a bit wider, and it really seems to be they seem to find something that they found something in the defense that they're exploiting.
They definitely have, and when you find that, I remember one game in specific that they were targeting our tailback, and I ran the ball probably 12 times in a row out of the fullback position because they would not stop us, and we were getting 4 yards, 5 yards. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Keep it on the ground, and it wears these guys out. So I'm guessing they're going to make some adjustments. I see some different guys on the defensive line.
On 2nd and 6, Mater keeps it. And he'll have a first down, and he gets dragged down from behind, but he gets to midfield. Making the tackle was Xavier Jenkins. But it's a 9-yard carry for Carson Mater and a first down at the midfield stripe.
Yeah, and I'm going to pay a little bit more attention to what they're doing because, again, they're hooking. I don't know if they're pulling or if they're just getting a good first step on the offensive line, but we are hooking that end or a tackle. I mean, there's only 3 of them every single play, and just driving him inside and creating a huge hole.
First and 10 from midfield, another big hole. This time Clayton Smith runs to the right side in between guard and tackle. And he gets tackled at the near numbers at the 41-yard line for a gain of 9.
And see, this is why I was never really a big proponent of the 3 down linemen. Now, if you have 3 absolute studs on the defensive line that can hold their own and demand a double team every single time, but what they're doing right now is we're just hooking him. We're getting his outside shoulder and just hooking him and pushing him down the middle and creating a giant hole in the process.
2nd and 1. Mater throws it deep. Glosser's open at the 15. He dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Something you rarely see from Caden Glosser. Wide open at the 15-yard line, and that was just a flat-out drop, Brad. It looked like the defender kind of flashed in front of Glosser before the ball came in, but that's a ball he should have caught.
Yeah, he should have. It was slightly underthrown because, again, Mater's rolling kind of against his grain. He's rolling to his left, trying to throw back right or with his right hand. But you're right. The defender kind of flashed between Glosser and the ball just for a split second, may have just lost vision of it and dropped it. But he did kind of have to stop his route, a play that should have been made.
That was Carson Chiprez that got in between Glosser and the ball. Timeout called by West Burlington Notre Dame. So after this timeout, it'll be 3rd and 1 for Davis County at the West Burlington 41. 6-0 Davis County, 8:52 remaining in the first quarter. Opening round of the playoffs. Go ahead, Brad.
Nope. Go ahead. All I was going to say was I like that they took that shot there because you're getting, again, good pay on the ground, 6-7 yards in chunks. So that was a perfect opportunity when you have 3rd and 1 to take a shot. Remind West Burlington too that hey, you got to be honest back here because if you're not, we got playmakers back here, too, and they know that. They've seen a lot of film on Glosser, so they know how dangerous he is. I'm guessing that's why they took this timeout. They knew they got lucky there. That one probably would have went to the house, so they're going to have some adjustments here to know that. This is a big turning point in the game for them if we can stick this in the end zone.
Interesting enough, Glosser hasn't made a touchdown catch. You remember last time he caught a touchdown?
It would have been probably the week before the bye week, right?
Central Lee.
Yeah. Or excuse me, the COVID week. Yeah,
Central Lee.
That long ago. Yep.
Yeah, and up until that point, he had 7 touchdowns, but he's been shut out ever since. So, like you said, the tape is out.
Yes.
Everybody knows he's the most dangerous receiver that Davis County has. So,
yep, definitely, and maybe one of the most prolific playmakers when he gets out in space in this region. So he's definitely known, and somebody who will make a difference tonight at some point.
On 3rd and 1, Clayton Smith with good yardage to the left side as he angles towards the sideline. Gets submarined at the 25-yard line, but that's a gain of 16 and a first down for Clayton Smith.
Wow. And again, I mean, we are still kind of testing the middle every once in a while, but we are finding big gains and big opportunities on the edges there. That one, again, we're just nothing fancy. I'm just watching the offensive line play, and all we're doing is we're head up, hooking the tackle on the 3-down line position, and eventually they're going to have to switch and go to either 4-man front or 5-man front to try to offset that. Actually,
and
here they
go. You go. There's a 4-man front right there. On 1st and 10 from the 25 of West Burlington, Davis County looking to add to their 6-0 lead. A rollout and a pass to the 20-yard line is incomplete. Glosser was the intended receiver at the near numbers, and he had to try to go down to get that ball, but it was incomplete. Anthony Hoffman in on coverage for West Burlington.
Yeah, and a little uncharacteristic of Mater. He's not quite as crisp here on his first couple passes as he typically is. Last week I remember a couple passes that were just like collegiate level. I mean, on the money. If you remember that just bomb that he threw, must have been the second quarter or maybe early third quarter last week where it just was completely on the money. He'll get it going. We have playmakers outside, and I'm hoping that Carson Zittler gets involved tonight too as a senior. Last time on this home field.
2nd and 10 from the 25. 8:20 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County leading 6-0. Mater on the keeper, running right. Has about 5 to the 20-yard line. A little bit of a play action there, and Mater kept it as he ran left. And another wide run for Davis County. Gets him 5 yards to the 20.
Yeah, and 3rd and manageable here. For us, we're in 2-down territory at this point, right? You're going to go for it on 4th down. We're going to be knocking at it here. We've had a ton of success. We're going to have to shift up our communication a little bit because they do have a 4-down lineman front as opposed to the 3-man front that we were seeing. So that chess match, those adjustments are happening. We'll have to make those adjustments too in our blocking plan on the offensive front.
3rd and 5 from the 20. Give us to Smith running up the middle. He gets stood up. Short of the first down, Caleb Wilkerson with a nice sure tackle at about the 19. Only a gain of 1 for Smith.
And definitely different personnel in here. You're seeing a much different attack out of the defensive line. That time they took the push to our offensive linemen, something they haven't seen all night. I don't know if they were trying to platoon and save guys for the offensive side and just trying to give some other guys opportunities, but that time was a different look. Definitely a more physical play out of the defensive line, stoned him at the line of scrimmage, so it made it a little bit fourth and a little bit uncomfortable from what you'd like to be after a great drive that we've had here.
4th and 4 for Davis County at the 19-yard line, and the Mustangs will go for it. Mater play action, drops back, pressure comes. Smith catches it at the 15, perhaps the 16-yard line. Ooh, it is close to a first down. I think with the forward progress, though, he may have it. No, he does not.
No, they don't even measure.
No,
okay.
They didn't even measure. He was stopped short.
Turnover on down.
Yep. And West Burlington Notre Dame stops Davis County on 4th down, and the Mustangs turn it over. So Smith stopped just a little short of the sticks on 4th and 4. And West Burlington Notre Dame gets a much-needed turnover.
Yeah, again, really, really nice drive. You'd love to see points being made there, but again, we have an experienced coaching staff. There's a lot of guys on this staff that I actually used to play for, and they were just a little bit older than me, so they know football. Made a good adjustment there on the defensive line. We're going to continue to do the same, but we completely flipped the field after the turnover.
On 1st and 10, this is Baker taking the direct snap, spinning away from a couple tackles, but Zittler's finally able to get him down at the 32-yard line. That's a gain of 16, however, for Baker.
Yeah, he looks like a shifty back, too. He's 5'11", 175. He's a senior, so, again, this could be his last game. Showed good surge through the defensive line there, made a couple cuts, refused to go down. So, again, a lot of pride by both of these teams and some seniors here who do not want this to be their last game.
1st and 10 from the Davis County 35. Another direct snap to Baker. Caden Culberson knifes through and brings him down at the 30, a loss of 2.
Well, I tell you, he's ready to play, isn't he? The sophomore. He's made a couple nice plays out of the tackle position inside. A little bit undersized, but he's a sophomore. He's got a lot of experience. He's played there the majority of the season. Good job by him in the backfield. Brought down a shifty back for a loss.
5:55 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County 6, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing. Opening round of the playoffs. Win or go home time for both of these teams. Winner will face Williamsburg next week. Second and 12 from the 30. Hoffman takes a shotgun snap. Run actually has Carson Chiprez. No, I beg your pardon. I was right the first time. Anthony Hoffman takes it to the 35-yard line for a gain of 5.
That time I saw 2 men pull from the right side of the offensive line on the far side of the field, as we call it. So similar to what we saw last week, 2 guys pulling. They had the up back, the slot back pull through too. So a lot of bodies at the point of attack. So a nice job there of our defense that time, meeting that wave of humans coming at them and met them right at the line of scrimmage.
Timeout.
For a short gain.
Davis County. A big third down coming up. 3rd and 7 from the 35 with 5:07 remaining. We'll take a 30-minute timeout. 30-second timeout. We'll return here at Bloomfield. Davis County 6, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Do you need a fence built? Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield and save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears. Skylar can build whatever kind of fence you need, from barbed wire, woven, continuous, and custom welding. Check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page for lots of pictures of the quality fencing jobs he has done. Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield today to get on his fall building list, as it will fill up fast. You can find his number on Facebook or call 641-208-6310.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
.507 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County 6, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing. A big third down upcoming, as West Burlington Notre Dame was able to turn Davis County aside as they turned them over on downs. They took over deep in Davis County territory at their own 16-yard line. And now they have a 3rd and 7 from their own 35.
I haven't seen very many, if any, passes out of them. This is probably one of those positions where we might see it.
The only pass they attempted was intercepted.
Okay, you're right. Yep. So they, I saw some on the film where they had the ability to do so. I'm surprised we haven't seen more of that to this point here. You just never know the status of who's healthy and who's not. Again, when you have your running back, who's kind of the core that you're building your offense around, go down. Still haven't seen him. I don't see him working it out on the sideline either. So that may be it for him for this half at least. But would guess some kind of pass coming up here.
3rd and 7 from 35. Baker takes a direct snap, running right, beg your pardon, left, and he gets cut down. That was Carson Zittler that came up and made the stick at about the 39-yard line. About 3 yards short of the first down, and here comes the punting unit for West Burlington Notre Dame.
Yeah, and I stand corrected. I mean, it seems like a very obvious passing down, and maybe that's what they were thinking, it was too obvious. But again, eerily similar to what we saw last week, a team that's reluctant to throw the ball, something that could play into our hand. If you're going to be one-sided, we can key on your guys a little bit more, and again, they're studs out, so that helps our defensive scheme.
Brad, what does that tell you when they run on 3rd and 7 like that?
Well, they did have the interception already. They've had multiple turnovers, so it just tells me they're a little bit shell-shocked right now.
There's the punt, and it bounces at the 35. Mustangs stay away, and it rolls to a rest at the 21-yard line. So Davis County were able to circle the wagons, and they forced a punt after the turnover on down. So Davis County still with the 6-0 lead, 4:12 remaining in quarter number 2. Gavin McCall with a 9-yard touchdown run, the only score in this game. Story of the game so far, West Burlington Notre Dame unable to get on track offensively because of turnovers. They've turned it over 3 times already in this half. Actually, their first 3 possessions. And so three turnovers and a punt in their 4 possessions.
Yeah, and again, we've just done a nice job of being more physical up front, taking advantage of that 3-down lineman, which they have since switched to a 4-down lineman, being a little more physical.
Mater to throw, dropping straight back, going deep down the middle, incomplete. He was looking for Carson Zittler on the deep post, and a flag is down in the backfield.
Yeah, just a step off there. You know, he had the post route and was just a step off, but that one wouldn't have mattered anyway. He had a hold against the Mustangs.
That's the first penalty against Davis County, and as Brad alluded to, it is holding against the Mustangs.
Yeah, so here's our opportunity. You know, they've adjusted. They went to a different defensive front. They brought in some definitely different personnel. You can see definitely bigger bodies in there playing on the defensive line out of a 4-man front as opposed to a 3-man front. That has definitely changed our blocking scheme. So we're going to have to make the same adjustments. So, again, that's the chess match of football that I love. We're going to have to make those adjustments, keep that ground game going because it's been working so far here tonight.
That is a 12-yard penalty back inside the Davis County 10 to the 9. So 1st and 22 from the 9. Mustangs come out with a wide receiver to the left and 2 to the right. Zittler and Glosser to the right. Play action. Mater keeps it as he runs to the right, has good yardage at the 20 and gets pinballed at about the 20-yard line. Making the stop was Tyler Birch for West Burlington Notre Dame, but a gain of 11 for Carson Mater.
And Tyler Birch, if this is accurate, this is a big body, 6'1", 290, and Carson bounced off him like he was every bit of 290 on that one.
You don't want that guy hitting you way too many times.
Carson did not see him coming because Carson was kind of cutting back towards the middle. He was pursuing from the middle, and Carson took the worst of that. Don't want to take too many of those hits. That's a big body.
Well, and timeout called by Davis County, it looks like. Seems like Davis County looking to get points back, points on the board before halftime. Sometimes, you ever see like in a football game, sometimes your quarterback takes a big hit, you want to just call a timeout, make sure he's okay, and calm him down before the next play?
Sure, and after that hit, I wouldn't be surprised if he had the wind knocked out of him. That was a collision. There was another guy kind of draped on him at the time. Again, Carson was trying to break loose of that tackle. You wouldn't see this guy coming because he's coming from behind you in the pursuit, and it was a big body that was coming at him. I had to kind of take a double take. I can't believe weight? I did, but I'm looking here. I see 73 Tyler Birch, 6'1", 290.
Yeah.
Right after him, number 56 Kenyon Boyd, 6', 270. Oof. Number 77 Jackson Hamilton, 6', 290. 79 Brady Hoovelman, 5'11", 290. Can that be right? Those are some big, big high school boys.
I'm going to bet when they go to the buffet, they come back for seconds.
Yeah, and I think a couple of them are in there right now in the trenches because there are some big bodies out there. Again, definitely some different personnel. That is a big defensive line attack. And then there's Ethan Eilers, who's number 55, 6'5", 260. So they're definitely outsizing us here tonight.
End around to Caden Glosser, but the Falcons are not fooled at all. Carson Chiprez making the stop in the backfield, and that was just a bit of a touch pass to Glosser, and they lost a yard back to the 19.
Tackled by Chiprez for the Falcons.
Yeah, so you kind of wonder. I'd love to be a fly on the wall when they're scheming, from West Burlington, from the personnel that they had to start the game compared to what they have now. So maybe they just weren't that impressed with our physicality over the last couple weeks of film, that they thought they could get away and maybe do some platooning. Well, they've shut us down since they changed personnel and went to that 4-man front. Actually, they're kind of in a 5-man front here, 3 down, 2 floating on either side out of the end positions.
On 3rd and 12, Mater throws it over the middle, almost intercepted.
29.
Yeah, that was Broxton Whitmore who almost picked it off.
And would have went to the house on that one. We're fortunate that one found the ground because he had and that's probably one of those plays where you're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be a touchdown. Didn't secure it, but thankfully for us.
There's a flag down as well.
Okay.
And it looks like it's against Davis County, however, as the referee went to to Jay Eilers to ask if he wanted to decline it.
And I'm sure they will.
Yeah, against Davis County, and the penalty is declined. So 4th and 12 coming up for Davis County, and the punting unit comes out for the Mustangs.
I heard that they were big, and I looked at my other sheet to see if that's misprints. Those are not misprints. Those are their sizes, folks. So they are big. They are, strong up front, and we hope to get this punt off because they have several of them bearing down right now, getting ready to block the punt.
McCall just got it away, but it's a high, short kick that takes a Davis County bounce.
How he got that away, I don't know, because 73 is thinking the same thing.
That's our boy Tyler
Birch.
Yeah.
And again, when you have that size and they have good footwork, I mean, for that boy earlier to be barreling down on Carson, who's cutting back over the middle, means he's got decent athleticism. It's not just one of those big bodies that you kind of plug up with. They're athletic, too. He went through like he wasn't even blocked. I don't know how he missed it. He's thinking the same thing.
So after the 3-and-out by Davis County, West Burlington Notre Dame has their first start in Davis County territory at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10. They trail 6-0 with 2:54 remaining until halftime. Baker is the quarterback. To his left, Baker is the running back. To his left is Hoffman. Baker takes a direct snap, tries up the middle, now bounces it to the outside to the right. Cohen Piper held him by the ankle, and Gavin McCall, among others. Caden Culberson in there as well, cleaning up a 2-yard loss. And Cohen Piper really made that play, Brad.
Yeah, nice job of gang tackling there. He made the initial hit, had other guys come in and help clean him up. You know, with these big bodies inside, I'm sure the coaches for West Burlington are saying, hey, keep that in the middle. You see that green on the outside as an athlete, you're thinking, oh, that's where I need to get going and kind of run to the sideline. Well, it closes quickly when you have athletes waiting there on the edge for you. That time our athletes won that battle. Good job on the defense.
2nd and 12 from the Davis County 45. 2 receivers to the right. Hoffman and Baker are in the backfield. Snap to Baker, running up the middle. Bursting to the 30, to the 20. Zittler tries to chase him down, slows him down for a bit, and he is taken out of bounds at the 12-yard line. That is a gain of 33 for Baker. And a first down for West Burlington.
Just again, a direct snap to him, kind of a ISO player, right off tackle to his left, to the left tackle, and just found some running room. And he has a nice burst of speed to get into the secondary. Good job by Zittler to cut him off, break his feet down, and keep him from scoring. But they're knocking at the door from the 11.
1st and 10 from the 11. West Burlington looking to knock it into the end zone to our left. Direct snap to Baker, running right. And he gets tripped up by McCall, and coming in to make the tackle was George Nowski.
Hoyt?
Yeah, Hoyt. Making the stop at about the 10. That's a gain of 1 for Baker.
And a much better job there than what we saw last week. They had 2 guys pulling. They had the kind of the up back, the slot back. So several bodies there, but our guys met him at the point of attack. Some guys slid in behind in pursuit, brought him down for short gain.
2nd and 9 from the 10. Baker stutter steps, now runs up the middle. Tackle from behind by McCall. Actually, no, Baker's still on his feet. Actually, Baker fumbled. Yeah, Baker fumbled, and one of the offensive linemen picked it up and tried to run it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's Baker's clear back here, and the ball's at the inch line.
Well, and there's a flag down as well. So
just a mess of a play.
Yeah, tell me about it.
A lot happening there that we couldn't see for the majority of it. There's a lot of big bodies down there, Ellis. That ball can get lost pretty quick.
Let's see what the flag is about. Holding against West Burlington Notre Dame. Penalties declined. Oh, it was a fumble, and Davis County recovered. I did not see. No, Davis County recovered the ball, but it's a fumble, and Davis County recovered.
That's the 4th turnover of the night already,
turnover
Ellis.
Number
and
4.
What a killer that was, because they're on the 11-yard line. We didn't even see it happen because there were so many bodies there in the pile. And, yeah, I thought the running back somehow squirted through and got down to the inch line. Well, no, it was the ball, and we recovered on the, 1-yard line.
Yeah, you're in the shadow of your own end zone, of your own goalpost with 1:13 remaining. So Davis County has to be careful here not to make a careless turnover and give the ball back to West Burlington Notre Dame with so little time left. Mater is in the shotgun. McCall's behind him. A bit of a touch pass to Glosser. He's at the 5, and he gets gang tackled out about the 6. He was dancing in the end zone for a while. Kenyon Boyd made the tackle for West Burlington Notre Dame, but Glosser able to get out to the 6 for a gain of 5. And that if you're a Mustang fan, you were holding your breath there.
Yeah, they had a moment of like, ooh, because he had to, after he took the touch pass to elude a tackle, he kind of had a bubble back in the backfield, go a couple yards deep.
Yeah.
With his athleticism, was able to work his way out to the 6-yard line, so a little bit more breathing room. But yeah, he had a moment there where you're like, ooh. That could be dangerous.
35 seconds left. You figure Davis County is just going to kill the rest of this clock. 2nd and 5. Mater keeps it as he runs to the left. Has yardage at the 10, at the 15, out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Make it the 19 and a first down, a gain of 13 for Carson Mater.
Yeah, I would have agreed with you had we not got that first down. Now you have a lot of breathing room, so you might be able to take a shot here with one of your athletes because, again, they switching from the 3-down line front to a 4-down line front, you lost either a backer or a secondary guy. So you're not as deep back in the secondary because you can obviously only play with 11 guys. So, again, if you can get your playmakers in space, you might see a shot here on one of these upcoming downs. We're in that kind of territory where it's a little bit dangerous to do so maybe we can pick up some yardage and get out of bounds here, but looks like they're going to set up the heavy set and maybe run this one out.
Heavy set formation. Give to McCall, twisted in the backfield. He stays on his feet. McCall into the open field at the 40, at the 45, brought down by Hoffman at the 47-yard line with 12 seconds remaining, a gain of 39 for Gavin McCall.
Yeah, wow, nice burst through the linebacker. We have no timeout, so the only reason the clock is stopped here, I believe, is to get the chain set. I don't believe we have any timeouts, any ability to stop the clock, so we're going to have to hurry up here and get this one off because they're going to wind the clock as they do right now.
Beg your pardon, it was a 29-yard gain from McCall to the 47. A fumble snap. Mater dropping back. This will be the last play of the half. Mater rolling to his left, throws it deep, wide open is, they blew the play dead for some reason. Glosser has a touchdown, but they blew the play dead. There is a whistle. Is it a touchdown?
Oh my.
Confusion.
You hate to see that.
Here in Bloomfield. You heard the horn for the clock expiring. But a whistle blew before Mater let the pass go. He found Glosser in the end zone. Well, at about the 5 until, oh boy, are they going to call this back because of an inadvertent whistle?
I sure hope not. That would be a shame, but I think by the rules that's what they'll have to do if there was an inadvertent whistle.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's painful in the regular season. It'd be doubly painful here in the playoffs, Brad.
Absolutely, and I'm trying to just kind of soak in what's happening here because there's a lot to be broken down there. So we had Mater who was just scrambling for his life. I was thinking, okay, these are the kind of plays where you have an illegal man downfield, so I was kind of watching to see if anybody was downfield that should not have been. I didn't see anybody. He went to the far side of the field, got close to the...
It's a touchdown!
Got close to the sideline, and you heard a whistle blow. Your heart sank.
It is a touchdown. Carson Mater with a 53-yard pass to Caden Glosser for a touchdown on the last play of the half.
And now we have a penalty by their head coach. Is livid.
Brad, justifiably so. Jay Eilers, the head coach of West Burlington Notre Dame, probably upset because, hey, I heard the whistle blow.
Yeah, he needs to calm down.
Yeah, they need to. There's some people in between the referee and Jay Eilers.
He needs to go.
Yeah, he is not happy right now.
I understand you're wanting to advocate for your kids, Jay, but calm down. It's football, high school football. No reason to get this upset. His coaches are doing everything they can to get in between him. That official needs to separate himself from it here. That's hard to do when you're official. He needs to walk away, get out of that situation. Jay needs to calm himself down. That official's showing way more patience than I would, and I like Jay. Jay's a good guy. He loves his kids. He loves football. He's got a lot of fire in him. He always has, but that official is showing extreme patience, so good job to him.
So a flag was thrown while Jay Eilers, the head coach of West Burlington, was arguing with the referee Marvin Boyer. And as I said, Brad,
a lot to digest there.
You got to sympathize with Jay Eilers. The whistle blew, and they call it dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct against West Burlington Notre Dame. Now, will they penalize half the distance to the goal, or will they penalize the kickoff in the second half?
I believe we will have the option of either.
And it looks like
we'll probably put it on the kickoff in the second half.
Yeah, because it looks like they're snapping from the 3-yard line. So Davis County will go for 2 after the touchdown to end the half. And so the Mustangs huddle up.
Wow, that was a lot to take in there, all the different events that happened there. We'll take some time to process that and do a better job of breaking it down for you folks.
2-point conversion. Handoff to McCall, running up the middle. Flag is down. McCall is into the end zone, but there is a flag.
2-point conversion is good, but there's penalty flag on the play.
Holding against Davis County.
Wow, and that's an interesting spot for him to call holding from because you're behind the play, you know. And again, I'm not down there on the field to see, but it's an unusual spot for him to call the hold when you're behind the play. It's hard to see hands from where he was at, but nonetheless, it's a hold, and we'll try it again.
So we'll try this again. This time from
holding on the Mustangs.
Oh, let's see. They'll spot it at the 15-yard line. So it's 12-0 Davis County. 2-point conversion will come from the 15-yard line now.
Yeah, and after, you know, I'm not going to question Mr. Whitehat because he showed just tremendous patience over there on the sideline and did a nice job of not engaging with Jay, Coach Eilers, and just, you know, listening. Finally got a chance to talk, calmed him down, and didn't give him the boot because I'm not sure many other guys in his position would not have.
Run for McCall on the 2-point conversion, and he gets stopped right around the line of scrimmage, and that is the final play of the first half.
Interesting finish.
That is quite the half we've had, Mr. McCloskey. But when we parse it all down, Davis County has a 12-0 lead as we head into the locker room. Let's take a 4-minute timeout, and when we come back, Brad and I will try to wrap our heads around what we saw. And there's a lot to unpack, so you may want to grab a coffee or something. We'll be back in 4 minutes on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist and owner at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and let our team take care of you. If you're on a current customer, I challenge you to ask a friend or neighbor that comes to our pharmacy if they are satisfied with the professionalism and small-town customer service we pride ourselves on. We provide a higher level of pharmacy care with the same copays as other pharmacies in the area. Let us sync your medications to help save you time with once-a-month pickup at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
Hi, I'm Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. Whatever project you're working on, we have what you need. From shingles, new windows, siding, plumbing, or even nice new Milwaukee power tool. If we don't have it, we can order it. And if you need professional advice on a project, we're always happy to help. While you are here, check out our Makerspace building. Make plans to stop out every month on second Saturday for lots of vendors on hand. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Bloomfield. It is halftime of this first round playoff game between Davis County and West Burlington Notre Dame, and it's the Mustangs of Davis County that have a 12-0 lead at intermission. Great to have you with us. I'm Ellis Kojo. I'm joined by Brad McCloskey. Parker Stevens is our on-site producer. Allison Walker is handling things on the radio end on 104.3 KRKN. All right, Brad, where to start?
I'm going to start on that last drive because when we got the ball, we kind of had all the looks that, we lined up in that heavy set. We were content just seeing what happened, run the play out. The play right before that, Carson kind of, if I'm recalling it correctly, it was the play before. I said, that might set us up for one more shot. Well, we came out in the heavy set.
That was two plays before because then McCall had a big run out to the
28 or 29-yard run.
Yeah.
And then you thought, all right, well, now we really couldn't take a shot. And the play didn't develop quite the way Carson wanted it to.
He fumbled the snap.
Yep,
and,
it just had all the makings of a disaster, and he scrambled, did a nice job, kept his eyes downfield, found a wide-open Glosser. Something happened on the far side of the field to make the official blow his whistle. We heard it clearly. It was an inadvertent whistle because the play was not dead. He found Glosser wide open down the middle of the field, and then mayhem broke loose from there.
Right. All right, let's start at the beginning, and then we'll get back to the crazy end of the first half. Davis County won the toss. They deferred. And on the third play from scrimmage, West Burlington Notre Dame threw an interception. Dawson Townsend with his third interception of the season. So talk about Townsend's his contributions, because this is the first time he's played football.
Yeah, and we've had several of those guys. Last week we had good contributions from Easton White, number 8. And, at some point tonight we may call his name. But, yeah, happy to see these guys contributing and filling in the roster and making contributions in positive ways.
Sorry, that's his fourth. So he leads the team now in interceptions.
Yeah, because I thought there was a week he had 2, if I remember right. Yep.
I think it was essentially he had 2.
Yeah, so anyway, good job by him, and that was a heck of an interception, as I kind of called it.
Davis County was forced to punt after that. They went 3 and out. But then West Burlington Notre Dame, on the fourth play from scrimmage after their second drive, they fumbled as Carson Chiprez had a nice run off the counter, but then he fumbled in Davis County territory. Mustangs took over at their own 44, and all runs, a 6-play, 56-yard drive, ending with a Gavin McCall 9-yard touchdown run. You mentioned in the first quarter how West Burlington Notre Dame was going with 3 down linemen, and that really gave Davis County the advantage up front.
It did, and we were able to kind of hook that tackle or end, I guess, in the three down lineman position. They're both. And if you're not getting solid linebacker play, which they looked undersized at that time, and that may just be their linebacking crew that they have, we definitely were taking advantage of their soft edges and making big plays on the ground.
The 2-point conversion was no good. So Davis County has pretty much said, forget it. We're not going to try to kick extra points from here on out.
No, but give them credit on the kicking game itself from the kickoffs. We've done a much better job of keeping it in bounds.
Yeah, the kickoff stayed in bounds to open the game. When Davis County had the punt in the first possession, that was a pretty good punt to pin them back around their 20, I believe. So
yeah.
So
starting field position is very important, and lately we've been giving the opponent really solid starting field position when you kick it out of bounds.
A hidden aspect of the game that a lot of people overlook. West Burlington Notre Dame got the ensuing kickoff. They fumbled again, this time in the second quarter. Davis County, however, was not able to take advantage going deep into West Burlington Notre Dame territory, but they fumbled. I beg your pardon. They turned it over on downs. So then the Falcons got the ball back. Davis County forced a punt. Davis County punted again after West Burlington Notre Dame. So then it looked like the Falcons were getting some traction. They had the ball at the Davis County 42 after the punt. And it turned out that it could have been a lot shorter than what it was. Davis County got a really good bounce on that last punt by Gavin McCall. Baker really started to get going in that drive. He had a 33-yard run, and then from the 10-yard line, he ran, and we couldn't see it, but he actually fumbled, and the ball rolled forward to the 1, and then we saw like a big scramble. Looked like somebody got tackled. I thought that an offensive lineman from West Burlington, Notre Dame picked it up, but instead it was recovered by Davis County.
Yeah, no indications that it was a turnover. Nobody was cheering. Nobody was excited on either side, so you weren't sure what happened. We saw when the pile cleared, the running back was 10 yards away from where the ball was, so we weren't sure. Again, mayhem was ensued, but we came up with the ball, and we're on the 1-yard line, so it's kind of ugly.
Right. So you're on the 1-yard line. There's about a minute 15 left, and you figure, okay, just get out of the shadow of your own goal. Probably the key play of that drive was the very first one. Remember that touch pass to Glosser?
Yeah, in the end zone.
He was in the end zone, and there was a defender that had him dead to rights.
Yep.
He had to make a move to get around that defender, and he managed to get it out to the 6-yard line. A 5-yard gain, which on the stat sheet, okay, it's a 5-yard gain, not a big deal. But in that scenario, that really allowed Davis County to open things up a bit, and because if he gets stopped in the end zone, obviously that would turn things around, being up only 6-0. But yeah, good play by Glosser to get 5 yards.
Yeah,
there.
He had to bubble to avoid one of the defenders who was trying to bring him down in the end zone. That would have been a safety. He got out, got some breathing room, which gave the coaches a little bit more like, all right, well, we can do something now. At least we have some breathing room. We had 35 seconds left before half. You're thinking, be smart with it. We're definitely still with our backs against the wall. We'll just see what we can do and test the waters, and they did.
So you had a 13-yard run by Carson Mader for a first down. Then you had a 29-yard run by Gavin McCall for a first down. Now the ball's out at the 47. There's about 6 seconds left.
Yeah. Yep.
So they snap the ball. Mader fumbles the snap. He's scrambling around. It's a mayhem situation. It's a scramble situation. He rolls to his left, and then right before he heaves the ball, the whistle blows, and it looks like everybody stops except Caden Glosser, who was wide open at about the 5-yard line. He catches the ball, strolls into the end zone, a 53-yard touchdown. Controversial. Was that the right call, though, Brad?
I don't have the rule book here in front of me, but anytime the whistle blows, the play is dead right then and there. So I guess what they did, they probably got together and discussed, did the whistle blow before he released the football or after he released the football? I don't know what their conversation was, but technically the play should have been dead at that spot when the whistle blew, even though it was inadvertent. I think they did the right thing. They got together, they discussed it. You can't argue that they did their due diligence to get together and make the call. Again, I haven't officiated football for a long time, and I did that at a middle school level, so I'm not exactly sure what the rule books say today, but I believe that should have been a dead ball. But fortunately for the Mustangs, it was not. And Jay Eilers, again, a guy who I have a lot of respect for. He has a lot of passion. A lot of football.
He showed a lot of passion after.
He definitely did. And, you got to think about the breaks that have happened before that had him frustrated. I mean, he knocked at the door several times and got just stoned the play before with another fumble. So he's frustrated. He's frustrated at his boys. He had his team together and was yelling and screaming at them, trying to get him charged up. And then he found out that the play was going to stand for the touchdown. So he just came unglued. But a good job by the officiating crew, again, to kind of keep their cool, not engage with him, because he definitely would have been thrown out. He did get an unsportsmanlike penalty. You can see him trying to shove through his coaches just to get there to the officials. Don't know what he was saying, but it didn't look pretty. He's lucky to still be in this game.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So the unsportsmanlike conduct will be assessed on the kickoff. Davis County does get the ball first to begin the second half, and the key to this game is, everybody's going to remember that 53-yard pass from Mader to Glosser, but the turnovers. 4 of them.
Yeah.
For West Burlington Notre Dame. That's your heart goes out to them because they've played solid football up until this point of the season, and then I don't think there's been a half that they've had 3 turnovers. I beg your pardon, 4 turnovers and a half.
Yeah, and they've had other things go wrong too. They had one of their best running backs, go down.
You're right.
Again, which kind of changes your complete offensive scheme. I don't know. He probably played defense too. He just seemed like a really good athlete. When you put up those kind of stats, you want to get those guys in as many positions to make plays as you can. So a lot of unfortunate breaks for them. Their psyche probably was damaged just as much as their ability to play and call plays around the bread and butter of their offense, which is the running game. So a lot of things went wrong for them. And again, you obviously it's I'm an alumnus from West Burlington. My heart kind of goes out to them a little bit, but the Mustangs took advantage of a couple of those turnovers, and here we are, 12-0.
to illustrate how much Trayvon Donaldson meant to West Burlington Notre Dame, he came into the game with 1,238 yards. As a team, West Burlington Notre Dame rushed for 1,929 yards. So, I mean, all but 700 some yards, actually a little bit less than 700 yards, Donaldson accounted for on the ground. I don't think you could illustrate what a huge loss that is. So you had, so in the first half for West Burlington Notre Dame, you have your best player that got hurt on the first series of the game. And then you have that back-breaking play that happened at halftime. That's a lot of adversity to overcome in the second half.
It is, and they made some adjustments midway to kind of slow our offense down, so they were kind of clawing back into it. And then that last penalty when they were knocking on the 10-yard line when they fumbled all the way down to the 1, we thought they recovered at the 1. So just a lot of things that really are hard to overcome. But you're right, 4 turnovers. That's really hard to come back from. They're fortunate we've only put up 12 points, and we have to go for 2. So kind of an odd first half, odd rhythm. Didn't have a real good flow to it because of the turnovers and because of some penalties and things, but an odd finish to kind of an odd first half.
Give Davis County credit. They've taken advantage of 2 of the turnovers and turned those into touchdowns. So it's a case where sometimes the breaks go your way, sometimes they don't. So far, the breaks have gone Davis County's way. Hopefully, they can keep that momentum as we head into the second half.
Yeah, and they've kind of shut our run game down a little bit. When you put that fourth down lineman, obviously you're going to spread you have 2 inside guys kind of at the tackle position. You have 2 ends, so they shored up the end that we were exposing. And I don't know if they changed any other personnel, the linebacker. So I think the key to the second half is you kind of test that ground game a little bit, and then you work to get the ball into our playmakers, Caden Glosser, Carson Zittler, continue to, again, test those edges and maybe a little bit off tackle with our duo at running back and Smith and McCall. So we have balance, but I'm excited to see if we can continue to get guys in plays to make positions out in the open space.
Let's take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have some final thoughts before we begin half number 2. Davis County with a 12-0 lead over West Burlington Notre Dame. First round of the playoffs. Winner plays Williamsburg, and we'll be back for the second half after this. You're listening to Mustang Football on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
First Iowa State Bank takes pride in this place we call home, and we strive to show our community support. The faces you see when visiting our branches are the faces you see across the table when discussing community projects, eating lunch in a local restaurant, or on the bleachers supporting our students. The way we serve looks different today. We are still working behind the scenes to support and care for our communities. We are eager to move forward with you and once again embrace all the things that make this place so special. First Iowa State Bank, proud to be your partners today, tomorrow, together. Member FDIC.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open, so why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best, like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection, and group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris, think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
This is Chris Myrtle at Hamilton Produce. We have what you need to keep everything on your farm or in the shop in working order, including a full line of cattle chutes and calving equipment. We are also your best source for the most competitive prices on LP gas. Check out our full line of Carhartt clothing and dry shod boots. And did we mention we now carry Orca coolers as well? Hamilton Produce, your one-stop shop for all your farm and hardware needs. Just off the square in Bloomfield or on the old Brick Plant Road in Ottumwa.
Do you need a fence built? Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield and save yourself some blood, sweat, and tears. Skylar can build whatever kind of fence you need, from barbed wire, woven, continuous, and custom welding. Check out the Hopkins Fencing Facebook page for lots of pictures of the quality fencing jobs he has done. Call Skylar at Hopkins Fencing in Bloomfield today to get on his fall building list, as it will fill up fast. You can find his number on Facebook or call 641-208-6310.
You're watching Mustang football on the Tumblr Radio Sports Network.
Davis County back out on the field with a 12-0 lead as we welcome you back to Bloomfield. The Mustangs, Brad, have not been in the playoffs since 2013, and it's been even longer. I believe 2011 was the last time they won a playoff game. So it has been a while since Davis County has seen success. And you know what? In the year 2020, especially with the half we just saw, I kind of expect anything now.
Yeah, and it just, again, a very unusual half, kind of an unusual score when you have 12-0 because there's no extra points being made. You know, 2-point conversions weren't being made. Just all the feels of unusual football. The last time these two teams matched up, my dad actually just texted me. He's, obviously we're West Burlington people. That's where I grew up. He said was in 2012, 2011 from what he could find, and Davis County won that one 52-12. So that was back when I know, like I was talking to Coach Skaggs, who's our special team coordinator. I think he's been around a long time. He played back in the late 90s like I did as well, so knows the program well. They had some pretty stout teams at Davis County back in those days. But anyway, took it to him then. Not taking it to him quite yet. We've had 4 opportunities, extra possessions. We get the ball right out of the first half. Did a nice job of being balanced and grinding the ball on the ground. I'd like to see some more of that continue. And again, I'd love to see the matchups that happen at halftime to see what you kind of exploit and find those matchups second half.
I kind of get the feeling, Brad, that Carson Mader's going to have to make some key throws in this second half because Davis County was able to really use that running game. Let's see. I did the math. We did the math. We might as well tell them how many yards they rushed
did we?
for, right?
It's been such a blur. I was trying to process the events that happened. We did do the math.
Yeah, Davis County 178 yards in the first half. That's by and far one of the best first halves they had running the ball. Actually, for a game, that's good for them. 65 yards through the air, 243 yards. West Burlington, Notre Dame, not a single yard through the air, 131 yards on the ground. To their credit, Baker, the backup running back, Kendall Baker, has really stepped in and filled in pretty admirably filled in admirably the empty shoes left by Trayvon Donaldson.
Yeah, I agree. And he's a shifty back. He's a senior, so a lot of pride. Again, 5'11", 175. He doesn't want this to be his last football game, nor do any seniors here tonight. And so, they're going to have to be more balanced second half. We showed decent balance first half. I would love to see us continue to kind of exploit those matchups and get the run game going again, as we showed the ability to have first half. It was the run by McCall there late in the half as the clock was ticking down that kind of broke us open to take one more shot, which we did. But you're right, the couple times that Gloucester's had the ball in his hands and was able to secure it, he looks like to be on his A game and be in the playmaking mode. So I'd love to see us continue to, whether it be jet sweep, just quick tosses to him, just get the ball in his hands as much as possible, because they're kind of keying on Gavin. They kind of closed that run game down when we've been attacking the edges a little bit. So he's going to be a factor. Gloucester's going to be a factor, and I think Zittler's going to have his presence known to at some point. He's a senior.
On the defensive side, you know who had a really good first half? Katie Culberson. Culberson had an awesome first half.
You're right.
Only a sophomore, like you said, and he's playing a lot of big roles in that defense. And he doesn't play offense; he's exclusively a defensive player. But he had a really good first half.
Yeah, and we're outsized down there. We don't have our weights like West Burlington does listed, but I can tell you that he's not up in the 200+ pound range. He's probably floating around there. I would say 170, maybe 160s, 170.
You might be generous with that, too.
Yeah, and so when I look at the weights on this roster from West Burlington, we are definitely outsized, but we're definitely not out-hearted tonight because we're playing with a lot of heart. I'm seeing that physical play that I was hoping to see. We're in the playoffs, the pseudo playoffs. If we can get a win tonight, then we get in, for me, the real playoffs. Every team's in right now.
Yeah.
You're at home. I just hope that these boys, their coaches are helping them understand a little perspective and be in the moment, because what a beautiful night we have here under the lights on Friday night.
12-0, Davis County leads, and we are just about ready to start half number 2 as the warm-up clock has wound down.
Yeah, you really could not ask for better conditions.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super windy earlier, and you and I thought the same thing, that really could come into play because we like to throw the ball around a little bit. And it kind of has been our bread and butter. Not a factor at all here tonight. Just absolutely perfect October conditions.
Davis County will receive the second half kickoff. Remember that head coach Jay Eilers got an unsportsmanlike conduct due to that controversial final play in which Davis County scored on a 53-yard touchdown pass from Carson Mader to Caden Glosser. And so, see, they kick off from the 40 usually, so it'll be back at the 25, it looks like, I would think. But we'll see how they mark off the penalty before this second half gets underway.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see, again, coach, our head coach, did a nice job there in the first half of really scheming and finding those weak points on the defensive line. They made those adjustments. It's always fun to see what adjustments they have. I'm sure Coach Scott Murdoch still has not shown what wrinkles he has in store. This is, win or go home. This is it.
Yep.
So both teams have wrinkles that they haven't shown yet. I'm sure we'll see some of those here tonight. But I always love to see those little chess match adjustments that happen at halftime to exploit some weaknesses you identified in your coaching staff. Got a good fire raging in the background back there. Let's see that.
Yeah, I see that. That's
a controlled fire.
Yeah, that's
nothing dangerous.
Yeah. Don't call the fire department.
Right.
But it's that's a night like this. Yeah,
very fall feeling night.
Huddle around that. Hopefully, listen to the game on the radio, watching it online. Probably got a good view of it from their house too. It'll be kickoff from the 25-yard line, and it's Brady Olson.
Yeah, he's got it teed up kind of sideways, so I hear coaches saying they're going to squib it, and when you set it on the tee sideways like that, it's definitely either an onside or a squib coming your way.
Yep, it's laid down, and Coach called it a watermelon squib. It bounces, and it's scooped up by Glosser at the 40, picking his way to the 45, up the near sideline, slung down from behind, and there is the flag at the 46-yard line. Making the tackle was Caleb Wilkerson, but he grabbed the horse collar of Caden Glosser, and that will cost West Burlington Notre Dame a huge penalty. That puts them deep into Falcon territory.
Yeah, and an interesting kick choice there. That's really the first time we've seen them kick off tonight. It is the first time we've seen them kicked off tonight. Don't know what kind of leg he has, but actually for how the ball's positioned, when you lay it flat across the tee like that, it hung in the air and spun just the way he was hoping. I don't know if he meant to get that much air on it, but again, unique. We've had this kind of the key tonight. Just everything that we've seen has been unique, and the second half with the kick was a unique one. I haven't seen that for a long time.
Davis County lines up with three backs in the backfield. McCall's the deep back with Mader under center. 1st and 10 from the West Burlington 31. Give to McCall, running up the middle, has a good hole at the 30 and brought down from behind by Caleb Wilkerson at about the 40, make that the 25-yard line.
Yeah, so we came out in our traditional heavy set, so guard, tackle, tight end, unbalanced left. Had he stuck with the play to the left, that one would have broke for a touchdown. Alice, I don't know if you saw the hole that he had. He cut it back, made good gain on first down, but had he stuck that to the left and stayed outside, I think that one would have gone to the house. There was a massive hole out to the left.
2nd and 5 from the 26. Mader keeps it, running right. 1st down and more at the 20. Shakes a tackle, bumped out of bounds by Catrez at the 10-yard line. Beg your pardon, that was Chiprez.
Yep.
That knocked him out. So a 16-yard run by Mader and a 1st down for Davis County. They are quickly threatening.
And we are, again, exerting our presence, letting that be known. Their defensive line is in that 4-man front. So, again, some adjustments being made. Good push. Good play call.
1st and goal from the 1. McCall running right. Swings it wide to the sideline and puts his shoulder down at the 3, gain of 7.
Yeah, and this is fun to see because we're throwing in some wrinkles. Again, that last play, obviously they've been keying on Gavin a lot. He had a great first half. So Mader, faked it to him on the play before, kept it. And this time, Mader sometimes, once you try to shake guys off and try to make those athletic moves, well, he put his shoulder down and pinballed off one guy and went to the second guy and knocked him out of bounds. So good physical football here out of the Mustangs early in the second half.
McCall over 100 yards. He is at 110. Another give to McCall, running up the middle. Stays on his feet, and he's into the end zone. Looking like he was dead to rights. in the backfield, but he was able to stay down with a low center of gravity. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Yeah, and he's not going to get brought down, as he has not been his entire career that he's been running the ball by arm tackles. Kind of got lost in the wash there a little bit, but he was able to, again, keep his balance, find a little hole to the left, squirted through. The only time I think he was touched when he ran into the back of his own lineman, so good job by him to kind of get hidden, keep his feet churning, found the end zone.
Davis County to go for 2, now up 18-0, as they take advantage of just divine field position to begin this second half. Mader under center, I formation, double tight ends. Mader with a play action. Tosses it into the end zone, it's dropped. Zittler dropped it in the end zone. Mader could have run it himself as well as he was booting out to the left.
Yeah, he could have, but you're not going to get much easier of a pass than that. Zittler those are the ones that are almost too easy. I mean, it's like those are sometimes the hardest ones, are the ones that are just so easy to make. He could have run it in, but he opted to just give it a little toss, and it should have been caught. So, again, a guy, he's definitely wanted to trend towards throwing the ball. That's just what he prefers to do. Probably should have ran it in, but that ball should have been caught.
10:26 remaining in the third quarter. Davis County 18, West Burlington, Notre Dame nothing. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Gavin McCall's second touchdown of the night to open the second half has given Davis County an 18-0 lead over West Burlington Notre Dame. A surprise onside kick, and it did not. It barely went 2 yards. They tried to do a surprise onside, and it backfired on the Mustangs. Tayden Bish had to just pick it up at the 42.
Yeah, they all just kind of stood around and looked at it, because I'm sure that's never happened to them before. You don't practice it that way.
Well,
and,
things did not go according to plan.
And now we give them awesome field position.
Yeah.
So not only a backfire, but a major backfire, because now they have a very short porch to work with.
Line of scrimmage is Davis County 32, West Burlington Notre Dame 131 yards rushing in the first half. They are playing without Trayvon Donaldson, their leading rusher, who came in with 1,238 yards and 16 touchdowns. Kendall Baker has been his fill-in, and he's rushed for 80 yards so far in this game. He takes a handoff as he gets dragged down by his jersey from behind by Caden Culberson at about the 38-yard line after a gain of 4.
And he's doing a nice job again, just kind of coming flat down the line, chasing him down from the behind and showing good speed. Hung on there, took him for a little bit of a ride, so a good game from West Burlington. They're happy, I'm sure, with that gain, but a nice job for him just to hang on and go for a ride and not let go.
2nd and 6 from the 38, 10 minutes straight up remaining in the third quarter. Davis County 18, West Burlington nothing. And on 2nd and 6, direct snap to Baker, running right, has a hole, and tackled at the far numbers inside the 30 to the 29, a gain of 9 for Cale Baker and a first down.
And that is definitely their favorite play, right? I mean, that's they have they're leading up with the quarterback. So that's a direct snap to the tailback, leading up with the quarterback. They're pulling 2 guys from the left to lead up in the hole. Again, something similar we saw last week. You should be very comfortable with that at this point. They did a decent job of meeting it, but West Burlington got a first down.
1st and 10 from the 29, another direct snap to Baker. This time he tries the middle, bounces it outside to the right. Another first down at the 14-yard line, a gain of 15 for Cale Baker. And West Burlington Notre Dame on the move.
Yeah, same exact play.
Tackle made by Townsend.
Pulling 2 guys, again, leading up with the quarterback, same exact hole. They're going to the C gap, so just power football, getting a lot of bodies through the hole, and we just have to meet their physicality and try to keep punching at that ball. They have a tendency to put it on the ground.
Baker over 100 yards now, and on 1st and 10 from the 19, Baker this time up the middle, gang tackled, but he's inside the 10 to about the 8.
Exact play again. Same play 3 times in a row.
Gain of 7.
Again, you said it earlier. If it's working, keep going to it, and they are. They're going to make us adjust and make us stop it, because right now they're definitely exerting their offensive front onto ours. And I'm sure Coach Eilers had a few choice words for the boys at halftime to fire them up, and they are. They're getting a good push up front here in the second half.
8:34 remaining in the third quarter. 18-0. West Burlington Notre Dame trails. And on 2nd and 4, make that Kendall Baker on the direct snap, running right, is tackled inside the 5 to about the 3, and it's a 1st and goal for West Burlington Notre Dame. So they're not messing around, and they are knocking on the door as they're looking to knock it into the end zone to our right.
They're going to go for it the 5th time in a row here, Ellis. Same play, you think?
Oh, I would think so. Like I said, if it ain't broke. 1st and goal from the 3. Baker again.
Yep, same play.
And he fights his way towards the goal line. No signal yet.
Got to be close. I mean, he's on the inch line if he didn't get in. See a lot of West Burlington players signaling. Haven't seen anything from the official yet. There it is.
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
Finally, the signal was made. So 7:55 in the game. West Burlington Notre Dame gets on the board. So
yeah, we helped them out there with the surprise onside, one of those wrinkles that we said we knew were probably coming at some point.
Yeah.
There it was. We just didn't execute, gave them a short field, and they held on to the football this time to put it in the end zone. And did it saying, hey, we're going to run this again. You know what's coming. Stop it. And we weren't able to on that drive.
Absolutely.
Something that Eddyville-Blakesburg did a lot against last week. Same thing, just pulling big bodies through the hole, and they're definitely outsizing us. You remember the weights I said earlier. Some of those bodies were pulling at our guys just wore us out on that drive.
Falcons are going to go for 2. Snap to Baker, running up the middle, and the 2-point conversion is good as he dives into the end zone to make it 18-8 with 7:55 remaining in the third quarter. So West Burlington Notre Dame most certainly has woken up here in the second half. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
$7:55 remaining in the third quarter. Pair of touchdowns to open the third quarter. Davis County with a touchdown, and then West Burlington Notre Dame responds with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. 18-8 is the Davis County lead. Brady Olson has the ball teed up. A short squib, and it's recovered by Dawson Townsend at about the 39-yard line. That's wise. Just fall on it and get the ball for your team.
Yeah, because when the ball comes off, the way they have it teed up again, they have it oblong, right? They have it like sideways on the tee, and he's kicking it. It's kind of spinning sideways as opposed to like end over end. It's spinning sideways, so it's kind of a knuckleball. I don't know really how it's going to bounce when it hits. That's the philosophy. Is you're hoping it's going to hit off somebody or spin off their hands when it takes that funny bounce. But good job by them to just cover it up. And again, good field position out of the Mustangs. Let's just keep putting up points because they're digging out of a hole.
Davis County has scored touchdowns on their last 2 drives. That 53-yard touchdown on the last play of the first half, and then taking advantage of a short field, a 3-yard run by Gavin McCall, his second of the game. Mater drops back on 1st and 10. Guns it deep. Open is Glosser, but he had to slow down for it at the 35-yard line, and coming back to make the play was Xavier Jenkins. Glosser had a couple steps on Jenkins, but the throw was a bit short, and it ends up being an incomplete pass.
You're right. He had a step on him and did just have to slow down and wait for the ball to get there. Not a bad ball. It is a better defensive play by the defensive back there, number 15, Xavier Jenkins. Good job of him by catching up, and Glosser had a lot of green if he could have brought that one down.
Interesting that the clock is running even though that was an incomplete pass. As we're at 7:10 and counting remaining. Mater keeps it, dragged from behind, and West Burlington Notre Dame's sideline loves that play.
Yeah, and that was one of their big boys. I don't know if he's correctly numbered because I think we crossed 74 out.
No, we don't have a 74 on our roster. He was the one that dragged him from behind.
Yep, there was one we crossed out earlier and said it was number 56. I don't know if that was him or not, but a big body.
Boyd, maybe?
Yep, a big body.
Yeah.
270 if that's the right player. Definitely had his grip on Mater and wasn't letting go. He's a big boy.
Regardless, it was a loss of 2 back to the 37-yard line for Carson Mater. That brings up 3rd and 12 from the 37. Mater with a straight drop back. Throws it deep again. This time Easton White. It's intercepted. Coming back with it. That's Caden Murphy at the 40. And he is brought down at the 34-yard line. And West Burlington Notre Dame is right back in this game. An interception. Carson Mater's 4th of the season. Davis County's first turnover of the game. And things have turned here in Bloomfield.
Yeah, and I was watching their defensive line play and just watching the way they were getting off the ball. They're definitely coming off with a level of energy that we haven't seen from them here tonight. Early they were in that 3-man front. They were in the 4-man front there. They had a kind of a walk down 5th guy out to the right side of the defensive line. They got a great surge, put a lot of pressure. I think somebody may have tipped that ball as Mater was trying to release it or maybe got their hand on his arm. Definitely kind of a unorthodox pass out of him, kind of floated up there and intercepted.
Baker and Hoffman in the backfield for the Falcons. Direct snap to Baker, running right, and dragged down from behind by Caden Culberson at about the 32-yard line, so a gain of just 1.
And that's the 6th or 7th time we've seen that exact same play. I mean, they're doing the exact same play, that direct snap, pulling the guys through, attacking the same side of the defensive line of scrimmage. They're going to force us to adjust. Not as big a gain there. You'd like to, so they just got 2 yards. That's a gain that you can manage. And I do see we have made some adjustments on our defensive line in response to their attack.
2nd and 8. Counter. It's Chiprez coming on the end around to the left side. Tackle made by Zorniowski at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 7. That'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And that was a nice job by them to stay home because it's very easy as a defender, especially a young kid in high school, to get lulled to sleep, 6, 7 times, maybe even 8 that they ran that same exact play. They had the same offensive formation, pulled the same guys through, but it was a counter back to the left. So nice job to keep him from going all the way and getting the first down.
3rd and 1 from the 25, direct snap to Baker. First down as he runs up the middle. Taken down by Easton White at the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 8 for Baker.
And that one was just kind of the same play, but a different gap that they were attacking, more up the middle there. So they've adjusted the play call there from where they were attacking out in the C gap or further out right on the offensive front. That time more up the middle, a nice hole and a first down out of the Falcons.
4:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Davis County 18, West Burlington Notre Dame 8. 1st and 10 from the 17. Baker running wide to the right. Turns it upfield. First down and more. It bumped out of bounds. Past the sticks at about the 5. A gain of 13 for Kendall Baker, who has really gotten things going here in the second half.
Yeah, and so has their offensive line. So that what we were doing to them the first half, and we were kind of hooking the end, they did that to us on that one. That one, same exact play design, but a different attack point. That one was further to the right. We had got our defensive end hooked over there by the offensive line front as they were pulling those guys through and got him hooked. So they attacked the outside. Here they are knocking at the door again.
1st and goal from the 4. Hoffman and Baker in the backfield. Kason Dahl is a lone wide receiver to the right. Snap to Hoffman, running left, trying to find the end zone, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Zittler tried to track him down, but it's a 4-yard touchdown run for Hoffman. And West Burlington Notre Dame trails by just 4 now.
Yeah, and we haven't seen that wrinkle yet because it was kind of a little bit of a misdirection. Although it was a direct snap to the quarterback that time, the guys still pulled right. It was a direct snap to the quarterback, so all the motion was going to the right. The quarterback got the ball, and he went left, kind of got the cornerback and the linebacker to take a false step that way where everything was flowing, and he had a pretty easy route to the end zone. It's a little misdirection, a little bit of a wrinkle out of the offense that we hadn't seen to this point.
The Falcons are 50% with their extra points, so they go for 2 almost every time, too. The counter to Chip Rez, and he fights his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, with 4:30 remaining in the 3rd quarter, we have ourselves a ball game. West Burlington Notre Dame trailing by just 2 now, 18-16 to Davis County. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Your best choice for groceries is Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family. They are proud to offer Best Choice branded items. While you're here, check out the awesome selection in their meat department and make sure and find something for your sweet tooth in the bakery. Don't forget to check them out on Facebook or visit their website at shopbrothersmarket.com. Stop in and see them today at Brothers Market in Bloomfield, where they treat you like family.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
I'm a champion, I need some trophy.
A 4-yard touchdown run by Aaron Hoffman, Anthony Hoffman, has made this an 18-6 ball game. 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions, and what once was an 18-0 lead just at the very beginning of this third quarter, Brad. I mean, Davis County got the opening kickoff, took it in for a touchdown, and you had to feel pretty good about their chances. But things have turned here in a hurry here in Bloomfield, and now in this winner-go-home scenario, West Burlington Notre Dame trails by just 2, 18-16.
Yeah, West Burlington, back on their heels on the first drive. We were able to put it in the end zone right out of the gate, and then the missed onside kick gave them a short field. Not that was necessarily the turning point, but they've definitely ramped up their level of energy, and the momentum has swung in their behalf. And you think about those 2-point conversions, which I'll mention after the kickoff, those are coming into play here.
A squib kick, and does it go for 10 yards? It did. A pile of humanity at about midfield. West Burlington Notre Dame has the football. They tried that tricky watermelon squib kick the entire time. This time it works perfectly. Now the referees are asking each other if somebody from the Falcons touched the ball before it crossed 10 yards. It did not. And
so,
now,
that's what we tried to do to them earlier. Yep. We missed, and it only went about 2 yards. That could not have been better executed. Now, it was a bang-bang play. I didn't see if somebody touched it early. They said no. They did a nice job of just kind of waiting and kind of walling off our guys who were trying to receive it. They picked it up and fell on it, and here they go, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the Davis County 49-yard line with 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. West Burlington Notre Dame trailing by just 2, 18-16, and they have the football. Direct snap to Baker, running up the middle. Brought down by a combination of Zworzanowski as well as Culberson at about the 44, a gain of 3.
But, you think about those extra points. They have been successful on both 4 extra points, right? So let's say we got 4 points on top of what we did on our 3 touchdowns. Well, we'd have a 8-point game, a touchdown. So right as it stands right now, it's a 2-point game. So those little things, those little points that we don't have the ability to kick either an extra point, and now we're pretty consistent with what we do on the 2-point conversion coming into play.
2nd and 7 from the 46, and bringing down Baker from behind, Clayton Smith, knifing in from his linebacker spot as Baker tried to run it wide to the right, but Smith tracked him down for a loss of 2, back to the 48.
Yeah, and they've been pretty predictable on what they've been doing offensively, so, the defense can kind of scheme against that, and a good blitz call there, or just a straight read knowing that, hey, it's going straight to him, and he's got his keys down by this point because they're pulling. Pretty obvious where they're going. They're saying, stop us that time. Clayton did a nice job and did just that.
Huge third down coming up. 3rd and 8 from the 47 of Davis County with 3:18 remaining in the third quarter. Davis County 18, West Burlington Notre Dame 16. Hoffman and Baker are in the backfield. 2 wide receivers now to the left. Timeout, I believe, is called by West Burlington Notre Dame.
I think it's a delay of game, actually.
No, delay of game, you're right.
Okay.
The back judge threw the flag, and it was a delay of game.
Yeah, I think he was digging for the flag. That's why we didn't see it. So it was a little slow coming out of the pocket. But delay a game, so they march backwards. That is big because they've had a lot of momentum going. You know, it's we've made some adjustments, but they've shown some wrinkles out of their offense, and they've been definitely the aggressors on offense and more physical than they were in the first half. So Coach Jay Eilers, you know, he was fiery at the end of the half, and he definitely said something to his boys that sparked them because they're playing with a little different energy and momentum here so far that we need to close down in a hurry.
3rd and 13 from the West Burlington Notre Dame 48. Hoffman to throw. Guns it deep to the near sideline. Tipped away. Good play by Dawson Townsend on the far sideline. Was in a 1-on-1 situation with Case and Dahl, and Townsend rose to the occasion, tipping that pass away to make it incomplete. And here comes the punt team for West Burlington Notre Dame.
Townsend will bring up 4th and 13.
Which I'm actually kind of, I know it's 4th and forever here, so you almost have to punt here. But after doing an onside and, you know, have all the momentum, I'm kind of surprised to see that. But I guess, again, it's 4th and forever, so you kind of have to in this position. I'm sure coaches are biting at the bit to try to go for it, but it's just too long of a conversion.
Olson's punt is skied. Piper lets it bounce at the 15. It takes a sideways hop and rolls to about the 11. So Davis County with the ball and a 2-point lead, 18-16 with 12:24 remaining in the third quarter. And Davis County needs to put a drive together here, Brad.
They do, and you know they made some adjustments there. Again, they ran that same play 6, 7, 8 times. They were able to score off the wrinkle to it by keeping all the motion going to the right. The quarterback kept it. So good job by the defense there of stiffening it up a little bit. We had some help from a penalty. Now it's time to kind of regroup, get the ground game going, and take that momentum back on the offensive side of the ball.
Gavin McCall's in the game. He has 113 yards and 2 touchdowns. He is the deep back. He takes the handoff, running wide to the right, cut down by Brady Olson at about the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4 for McCall.
A decent gain on first down there, 4 yards. That's really, again, as I've said before, that's what you're looking for. 3, 4 yards, keep it on the ground. You can really chew some clock up and chew some yards up at the same time, wear these boys out because you can tell they're tired. They're definitely bigger than we are, so we have to take our due diligence, take care of the football, and grind this thing out.
3 backs behind Mater. Play action. Mater to throw. Zittler is wide open on the far side. He's coming at the 40, the 45, and brought down at the 49-yard line. They snuck out Carson Zittler on the play action. Hoffman making the touchdown-saving tackle.
37
Yeah, and that one,
37-yard gain.
Yep, set up by, again, the presence of the ground game, right? We forced them to adjust early in the game from the 3 front to the 4 front, and, we're coming out in the heavy set, so it had all the appearances and all the feels of a run, and it's like, as you said, they snuck them out in a big play.
McCall running up the middle on 1st and 10, and he gets forward progress to about the 45 before he gets shoved back by a wall of white jerseys. 3-yard gain from McCall. He's now at an even 120 by my estimation on the ground with the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that's a great night. And again, that's a really nice gain on first down. That's exactly what you need. Kind of keeps Coach's script going of what he's anticipating on his play sheet. Good, clean football. And again, I really like the play before where it keeps them on their heels and keeps them remembering the receivers that we have.
And early movement, jumping across, was Kenyon Boyd. And that's a free 5 yards for Davis County, offside against West Burlington Notre Dame.
Yeah, and when you're on your heels, as we have been, we will take free yards and take a 2nd and short all night.
Be 2nd and 2. We're under a minute left to go in the third quarter. Davis County 18, West Burlington Notre Dame 16. Glosser and Zittler are the wide receivers to the left. White is to the right. 2 backs in the backfield with Mater in the pistol. 2nd and 2. Play action. Mater running to the left. 1st down and more. 35, 30. Inside the 30-yard line to about the 27. A gain of 13 for Carson Mater and a 1st down as we wind down here at the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, and I really like that play call there. Again, we've made the presence known. You said that Gavin just went over 120 yards, so he's been the feature back and done a nice job with it. He's a good, powerful back, good center of gravity, as we pointed out. I like the way he finishes. So, again, we've been riding that on the ground a lot. I like the play call to give it to Carson.
I don't know if Davis County needs to run another play here, but it looks like they will. We're at 15 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Two receivers to the right with one to the left. Mater's in the pistol with McCall behind him. McCall takes the carry straight ahead. Inside the 25, brought down by Caleb Wilkerson from behind at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 4 as time expires here in the third quarter. So Davis County took a punch from West Burlington Notre Dame, but they are still standing at the end of 3. Our score, Davis County 18, West Burlington Notre Dame 16. Back for quarter number 4 after this on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Who won't stop us now? Who won't stop us now? Who won't stop us now?
Welcome to Bloomfield. If you're just joining us, you've missed the dandy between Davis County and West Burlington Notre Dame. Things have really picked up here in the second half. Davis County had a 12-0 lead at halftime. They scored at the beginning of the third quarter to make it 18-0, but then West Burlington Notre Dame, 2 straight drives with touchdowns and 2-point conversions has made it 18-16 as we began quarter number 4. First play of the fourth quarter is a give to McCall on 2nd and 6. And he is spun down at the 20, make it the 19-yard line for a gain of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 2.
And he's running with a level of what's the word?
Violence.
Yes, just, he's just taking it to the defense. They had a perfect play call on there. They had 3 guys that blitzed, one from both edge, and then I think one up the middle, one right off of the tackle. All 3 had him dead to rights if they would have made a play, but he's just running with an extra little bit of oomph tonight and ran right through those arm tackles and made a good gain to, again, keep it 3rd and manageable. This is definitely 4-down territory, and we had the momentum back on this drive.
3rd and 2 from the 19. Mater fumbled the snap. Now he runs left, and he has it at the 10. Still on his feet, and he dances into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs! It looked like Mater was going to get tracked down from behind by Carson Chiprez, but instead he stayed on his feet, shrugged off the ankle tackle, and danced up the near sideline for the score.
And again, I really like that play call there because he just came back from what Gavin just ran, a very powerful run up the middle. Again, running with just a really lot of emphasis on his finish of the run. There it was. Mater, had all the feels he was going to give it again to Gavin, who's had just a great night running the football. Mater almost got caught from behind. As you said, he kind of high-stepped it into the end zone and just showed some good strength to run through that tackle.
They're going to try an extra point.
All
Brad.
right.
Carson Zittler to kick it. Line drive kick is no good. Wide to the left. It had the height.
It had everything. It had the distance, the height, had the end over end. It looked good, just didn't make it through the goalposts.
11:16 left to go in the final quarter. Davis County extends their lead to 24-16 over West Burlington Notre Dame back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
Yes, the great outdoors is wide open. So why not make the most of it? Expand your family's freedom with the off-road's best. Like the only built-in GPS that doesn't require a cell connection. And group tracking that lets you spread out and stay together. Upgrade your ride for as little as $5 a day. Polaris. Think outside.
Stop into Slayton Polaris, located 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
11:16 remaining in the fourth quarter. Davis County 24, West Burlington, Notre Dame 16. Brad, we told you, I said Davis County need to put a drive together. How about this? 7 plays, 89 yards, taking 4:30 off the clock.
And they traded punches, and we needed to. We needed to answer because they were laying haymakers.
Chip Rez brings in the kick at the 20, running to the far side, got hog-tied. That was a high tackle at about the 37-yard line. That was made by Gavin McCall. I beg your pardon, no, that was White, Easton White that made the tackle.
Well, I can tell you there's hitting going on all over the field.
Oh,
and,
yes, sir.
We're definitely outsized, but we are not backing down. I was hoping to see that level of physicality tonight out of our boys because, again, West Burlington went obviously punch for punch with Eddyville Blakesburg and stood and went to overtime and just came up short. So they have the ability to play good physical football.
Yep.
They're big. I know they're down their best player, but they're not giving up either. They're playing tough. Just had the momentum. We took it back. So good to see a good, clean game of football here tonight out of these two teams.
Davis County's defense forced a 3-and-out last time West Burlington Notre Dame had the ball. And the Falcons take over 1st and 10 from their own 37. Hoffman to throw, stumbles, now fires it back to the left side. Pass is caught. Wide open is Brady Olson, and he's going to take it to the house. A 63-yard touchdown pass from Hoffman to Olson. And we are a 2-point conversion. Nope, there is a flag back at the 30-yard line. There is a flag, but it's roughing the passer against Davis County. So it looks like the touchdown will stand.
Interesting. I don't know if Glosser lost the ball. He came up a little gimpy after the play, like he went to try to make a play on the ball maybe and twisted his ankle. Definitely an odd-looking play because he's such a good playmaker on both sides of the ball and special teams that you don't normally see him not have good awareness in space. I think he just either lost his footing, twisted his ankle, or just kind of got lost in space. I'm not sure which, but nonetheless, from a team that hasn't thrown the ball hardly at all with any success.
That was their first completion of the game, Brad.
And just, again, not a really pretty play, just a play that nonetheless found the end zone and against one of our top playmakers. I think he just got lost in space and didn't quite know where the ball was at, got turned around and maybe turned his ankle.
When you continue to see them run the ball, it has to be a little disconcerting to see them pass it, and they take the penalty half the distance to the goal, the roughing the passer. So the 2-point conversion will come from the 1.5-yard line. Hoffman and Baker in the backfield. Snap to Baker. Running up the middle, and he got stopped short. Carson Mater was able to, no!
They didn't blow the whistle?
They didn't blow the whistle.
He was going backwards and they didn't blow the whistle.
They didn't make that signal. No signal made by the officials. And they said it's a 2-point conversion. Mater thought he had him stopped.
Interesting.
Because he was pushed backwards, but they did not blow the whistle. The play continued, and Baker managed to get it into the end zone, and we are tied 24-24 with 10:56 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
First Iowa State Bank takes pride in this place we call home, and we strive to show our community support. The faces you see when visiting our branches are the faces you see across the table when discussing community projects, eating lunch in a local restaurant, or on the bleachers supporting our students. The way we serve looks different today. We are still working behind the scenes to support and care for our communities. We are eager to move forward with you and once again embrace all the things that make this place so special. First Iowa State Bank, proud to be your partners today, tomorrow, together. Member FDIC.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
One play is all it took for West Burlington Notre Dame to score the tying touchdown. 63 yards, Anthony Hoffman to Brady Olson.
Well, and here's what's interesting about it, Ellis. They've only scored 3 times, but because they've been able to convert on their multiple, 2-point conversions and 1 extra point, I think have made the difference in this ball.
Right.
We've had to put up 4 touchdowns. They've done it in 3.
Yep.
So we were hoping that wouldn't become a big storyline, but it is because we're tied.
Now the kickoff. And the whistle blown as Townsend, they tried the onside kick again, but Townsend was able to recover. But timeout called by West Burlington Notre Dame. before the kick.
This
Interesting.
is just this game has just had all kinds of odd ebbs and flows, and you don't normally see that right there. We're getting ready to do an onside, so I don't know what happened there. But again, just not a interesting flow, interesting feel to the game right from the start, and even the officials kind of feels like almost like the first game of the season at points as opposed to the last game of the season.
Right,
Some indecisive calls and some frustrated coaches on both sides. We've had some calls that are questionable both ways, some fans that are getting riled up on both sides. So just a interesting game, to say the least.
Well, this is why we do what we do, Brad, because of games like this. And this, I mean, when you boil it down to it, it's 24-24, and it's in the fourth quarter. If you ask Davis County at the beginning of the year, first playoff game, you're tied. Fourth quarter, I bet they take it.
Yeah.
So
yep.
Now you got it. Now you got to take it. You got to take the game.
And I liked your analogy of a boxing match. That's kind of what this game has the feel of. That there's been some questionable non-calls by the official or calls. I'm thinking about in the boxing match, definitely have been trading blows and countering blows. And man, again, they've been able to do what we've done. It's taken us 4 times to get in the end zone to put up 24 points. They've done it in 3. That's not a good pattern so far, so we're going to have to find a way if we score to try to get some extra points or 2-point conversions to just gap them.
This time Olsen has it teed up regularly, and it gets kicked off deep. Mater has it at the 20, running up the middle to the 30, now reversing field to his left at the 30 and twisted down at about the 32. So Mater making the return to the 32. Davis County with the game now tied.
Mater with the 13-yard
Davis County has led throughout up until moments ago where the tying score was tallied by West Burlington Notre Dame. So the Mustangs go to work at their own 33. Two receivers to each side. Glosser and Zittler to the left, and here comes Smith in the motion from the right. Gives the McCall, the running back. He's dragged down by Kenyon Boyd.
Some interesting rhythm there on that one, too, because it looked like either somebody jumped on the offensive side of the ball or somebody came across on the defense. Again, no whistle, so play on, but just not smooth in the transition from the snap through the play there. So, again, kind of glitchy on both sides of the ball.
A 1-yard run by McCall makes it 2nd and 9 from the 34. Mater in the pistol. Play action. Mater running right. First down. Oh, almost a first down as he got stuck right at the sticks. That was a nice tackle by Xavier Jenkins. But it sure looks like he has first down yardage. And referee Marvin Boyer says first down.
10-yard carry by Mater.
So a 10-yard carry by Carson Mater. Actually, we'll call it a 9-yard carry, and it's a first down for Carson Mater at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and most often we see him, on the boot or the scramble outside. Well, that time that was a lot of what they've done to us, or last week too, when they did direct snap to the quarterback, which is all we ever do snap it to. But that time just ran it right up the middle and got a good first down conversion. 1st and 10 from the 44. Give them a call. Shakes a tackle on the backfield, and he was just fortunate enough to get a yard to the 45. They're really starting to get some penetration into the backfield. Yeah, they are, but a nice job by him to, again, not go down. He is not going to go down by arm tackles. He has not his entire career when he's carrying the ball. And the good, it could have been a loss, turned into a decent positive gain of about 2.5 yards. So, again, kind of keep the sticks moving forward, and you can make something out of that as opposed to being down in the hole 2.5 yards and looking at, 2nd and 13 as opposed to 8.
The line of scrimmage is the 46 at Davis County. Trips to the right on 2nd and 8. Mater on the keeper, running right. And flag is down. I thought I saw a hold there on Davis County. And Mater gets knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line, but it looks like that's coming back. Actually, there's 2 flags on the play.
I do see 2 flags. You're right. One in the area of holding, the one on the far side of the field that probably is a different penalty.
Holding on Davis County, and
must be the same flags maybe on the perimeter then or on the end of the line.
Both officials saw the same penalty. And so that was 2nd down. it was a first down run for Mater, and you hate penalties like this, Brad, because Davis County was moving it, and now they're brought back all the way to the 33-yard line.
And we've played a relatively, for us, clean game, not a lot of penalties. Had a real clean game going through three quarters, just a real fast game. It has really kind of taken a different spin here, which it's had a different feel all night, but definitely slowed the progression of what was a real clean, quick game here in the fourth quarter.
2nd and 21. Mater on the play action, looking to throw. Throws it deep, and he could not find Glosser on the near side at the 40 on the numbers. Glosser was running a post, actually a deep cross, and Mater threw it a bit too far for him. And now 3rd and 21 coming up for Davis County.
And he's just not quite in sync as he has been other nights. He's got it going with his legs tonight. A lot of play calls with him, and he's getting it done with his legs. We're used to seeing him getting it done with his arm. Here he's just not quite as crisp, making up for it with his legs. Here's a huge 3rd down coming up for the Mustangs.
3rd and 21. Mater with a straight drop back. Rolling to his left. Throws it deep. Zittler's open. He could not bring it in at the 25-yard line. He had a chance to make a big play, but Zittler could not quite bring it in, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and what a great play that would have been. That's a tough one. You're running, and he kind of had to slow down, turn around. He had to play at it, but his momentum was all going towards his end zone, to the left as we call it, and kind of falling down. Would have been a great play had he been able to make it. He's an athlete. He wants that one back.
Yeah.
But that would have been a very tough play. He had a couple defenders right there with him.
Punt team is in the game. McCall set to put a boot to it, which he does. A high end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 40, and it comes to, actually it's touchdown at the 38-yard line. 8:28 remaining in the fourth quarter. After the Davis County punt, West Burlington Notre Dame with the ball with a chance to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. Game is tied at 24.
Yeah, and that was an interesting punt, too, because I don't know that we were quite ready when the ball was snapped. There was a lot of guys both sides kind of just standing around, so just an unusual rhythm to this game here tonight carries on that punt. Fortunate that we got that one off and that somebody didn't come flying through, because I don't believe anybody but the center was ready for that snap on that punt.
1st and 10 for West Burlington Notre Dame at their own 38. Baker and Hoffman in the backfield. Snap to Baker. Running up the middle. 1st down and more. Baker at the 30. Angling towards the far sideline. Zittler slowed him down. A flag is down back at the 32-yard line. Baker is down at the 19, but there is a flag.
Yeah, and you see a West Burlington player pleading with the official, so it looks like that one's going to be against them in a position where he didn't need to do anything. He was way behind the play.
Illegal block in the back against West Burlington.
Completely out of the play. A guy just being overly aggressive. The play was 15 yards downfield past him at that point. That actually on the offensive play was the exact same play, just to the left side of the ball. We've adjusted, closed it down from the offense's right. That was the exact same play, just to the offensive left, with a lot of success, but a penalty helping us out on that play.
From the spot of the foul, it is still a 1st down for West Burlington Notre Dame, with the new line of scrimmage being the Davis County 43.
Bring up 1st and 10.
And we have an injured player for Davis County.
Official timeout.
That's Hayden Bose, who's coming off the field holding his right arm. So after the penalty, 1st and 10 for West Burlington at the 43. Hoffman this time takes a snap, running right, and he gets cut down by Zworniarski, beg your pardon, right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So good tackle by Zworniarski.
Hoyt.
Yeah, Hoyt. I should just say Hoyt.
You'd like a challenge, Ellis.
I do.
And I commend you for it.
It's a matter of pride, Brad.
I'm just not going to give it a try. Good job, Hoyt. Actually, I think they lost a yard on that play, so good job by the defense. Looked maybe like it was a broken play slightly on the blocking offensive front, but we took advantage and negative play for the Falcons.
2nd and 11, direct snap to Baker. behind his blockers, and Baker gets wrestled down. Nice solid tackle by Easton White at about the 36. A gain of 7, and a big third down coming up as the clock continues to move. 7:20 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. 24-24, the winner of this game advances to face Williamsburg. The loser, their season is over.
Yeah, and you can see how this could be a pretty potent offense because, again, we're forgetting that their best running back is sidelined. He's been sidelined since early in the game. And no discredit at all to Kendall Baker. He's done a nice job out of the backfield and made good gains. They have a lot of bodies going there. So, we're fortunate that he's not playing because, I tell you, 35's made his chances.
On 3rd and 5, Baker taking direct snap, fighting his way forward, and he looks like he has the first down at the 32. Let's see where they spot it.
Yeah, he's going to be right at it. And as I was saying, he's done a nice job of filling in and taking advantage of the opportunity he's had, so they're giving him the first down.
First down, says referee Marvin Boyer.
Yeah, and against any other team, I would like to see their offense and in full capacity. I don't know that we'll get to see 18. I believe was he a senior?
No, he's a sophomore.
He's only a sophomore. Help me with his name again.
Trayvon Donaldson.
Okay, yeah. So he's only a sophomore, 5'10", 175. Well, he looked like a good back, but a good job by 35, the senior, filling in here tonight.
1st and 10 from the 32 of Davis County. Baker again with the direct snap. Fights his way through a couple of tackles, got spun around, pushed forward by Glosser at the 20. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, he's running hard. There is no quit in either of these teams, and this is just a good physical football game, and they're not doing anything fancy. They're just pulling and getting a lot of bodies as they have all night to the point of attack. They've thrown a little bit of wrinkle in here and there, thrown the ball a very few times. That is definitely their bread and butter, that play there.
Under 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Davis County and West Burlington Notre Dame tied at 27 here in the opening round of the playoffs. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Hoffman and Baker in the backfield. Snap is to Baker. This time he runs left at the 15, at the 10. Tackled at about the 8, and that should be good enough for another first down. And a gain of 12 for Baker.
Yeah, and consistent with the last drive, they're just getting big boys. And, again, they have some big ones, just grinding at the point of attack and wearing our guys out. We're definitely undersized. We're not giving up. We're meeting their physicality, but there's just more mass to their push and wearing some guys out down there. 1st and goal from the 9.
2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Clock now inside of 5:10 left to go. On 1st and goal from the 9. A high snap to Baker. He dropped it! And he recovered it back at the 13-yard line. Oh, Kendall Baker tried the one hand to snap. It went over his head, and he fortunately was able to fall back on it.
Yeah, and they've had that ball on the ground quite a bit tonight, so I'm sure the coaching staff from West Burlington is taking a deep breath there because that was probably eerily too similar to what happened to them early in the first half when they were down here in the same neck of the woods on the other end of the field when they lost the fumble. If you remember, it kind of squirted out and ended up on the 1-yard line. We weren't sure how it got there, but nonetheless, it did get there. So that one, they lived to play another down, 2nd and long, or 2nd and goal from, the 12, 13.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from the 13. Counter, and slung down in the backfield. That was Chip Rez. And not fooled was Hayden Bose, who's back into the game, making a tackle for a loss. Back at the 17-yard line, it's a loss of 4.
Yeah, nice physical play by him. He was not fooled at all by the counter. Tackled him immediately when he took the counter handoff and slung him down for a nice defensive play. So good job by our defensive linemen. They are definitely outsized, but they are not outmotored at all here tonight.
3rd and goal from the 17. With 3:48 and counting left to go in the ball game. 24-24 is our score. A receiver to the right with 2 to the left. Hoffman. And a whistle. Timeout. West Burlington, Notre Dame. That stops the clock with 3:36 remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. 24-24 is our score on the Atomo Radio Group Sports Network.
Attention Southern Iowa. Do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet.
but it ain't sweet, no.
3:36 remaining in the fourth quarter of this opening round playoff game between Davis County and West Burlington Notre Dame. It is 24 up. But West Burlington Notre Dame has a 3rd and goal from the 17 of Davis County. A receiver to the left and 2 to the right for the Falcons. Hoffman and Baker are in the backfield. Snap is to Baker, running to the left, inside the 10, and brought down at the 4, and that will bring up 4th and goal after the 13-yard gain.
And what a huge down this is. I mean, this could very well be the ball game right here. The way these teams have been playing, the trading punches back and forth, big one coming up here with 4th down from the 4-yard line and just went right back to their bread and butter. They just took some time there on the timeout to kind of regroup, gather their breath. But, man, we are not giving up easily, and interested to see what we dial up here on defense, because I think we know what's coming from them on the offense.
4th and goal from the 4. Timeout called this time by Davis County. I think both coaches know how huge of a series this, or how huge of a play this will be.
And you know, I mean, they have shown some other wrinkles here. This also gives them an opportunity to rethink what they probably had called. I don't know why you would go away from the play that they've thrown at us all night. It's been working, and that one there was a huge gain with the same play, just leading 2 guys up. It's interesting that they're using their quarterback as much as they are as the lead back. I mean, that's really what he is. He's kind of the lead back through the whole. He's not a real big kid, but Anthony Hoffman, 5'11", 175, has been more of a blocking back than anything for his tailback in Kendall Baker, but I anticipate that's what we would have seen. Who knows what we'll see now, but as you said, a huge point in the football game with, well, under 3 minutes left to play.
Awaiting the winner of this game is Williamsburg, and that's who the winner will play next week. And both teams just you never know how matchups affect or how matchups will wash out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been a good one.
Like you know, thinking about with the Williamsburg game, you know, we did not match up well with them, but the conditions played a lot of. It came into play a lot that night, if you remember. I think that was the really rainy, heavy fog game. I think, and just field conditions were horrible. West Burlington must have matched up with them decently well, because that score kind of surprised me when I saw that on their record. But you know, big matchup coming here in the trenches. 4th
and goal from the 4 with 2:53 remaining in the fourth quarter. Score tied at 24. And here we go. Snap to Baker, running left. Touchdown, West Burlington, Notre Dame. It's a play that Davis County has had trouble stopping all night. As Brad called it, it's their bread and butter. And on 4th and goal, Kendall Baker runs it in to give West Burlington Notre Dame their first lead of the game.
And that's just a size mismatch. I mean, that's really what it is. They did everything we could to try to stop it. We knew that it was coming. They did not shy away from it, even after the timeout. They've been running it all night. And, you know, we've struggled with that, not just tonight, but last week as well. It's just we were lined up right. We played it right. They just have more mass, as I said earlier, just some huge bodies that pushed us through there, you know, kind of wore us out, got into the end zone.
Now they shift out. They shift him out into the backfield. That was Baker taking the pass from Hoffman. Stopped short of the goal line. That could be huge, Brad.
Yeah, East and White, big play.
And with 2:45 remaining in the fourth quarter, our score, Davis County now trailing West Burlington Notre Dame 30-24. Back in 30 seconds on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
You're watching Mustang Football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County trails for the first time tonight with 2:45 remaining in the fourth quarter, 30-24 to West Burlington Notre Dame. Brady Olson, the kicker, has the ball teed up in regular style, I guess. And he looks like he's prepared to kick this one deep, which he does. And it comes down to Glosser at the 17. He's at the 20, the 25, the 30, and runs into a gang of white shirts short of the 35-yard line. A flag is down as well back at the 31.
And you can see that they were definitely, the West Burlington players were stripping at the ball, trying to rip it out of Glosser's arms there, so making a point to try to get that ball back. Because, had they gotten the ball back there, that's probably the ball game.
Yep.
But I'll see what the flag is.
Oh, clipping against Davis County. You don't see that call very often nowadays.
No, you don't. And I missed it. I was kind of watching obviously the action over here on the sideline. But
yeah.
On break, Ellis, you made a good point that and maybe it was right before break, but as we discussed it on break, extra points, 2-point conversions making a difference. Because we scored 4 times tonight. We have 24 points. Let's say we even got 2 of those. That'd be 4 extra points, so we'd be just down 2. If we had gotten 3 of those, we'd be at a tie ball game.
Right.
That's the only extra point or 2-point conversion that they haven't converted tonight.
Right.
So here we stand, we're down 6. So special teams, those extra points that you miss throughout the night are coming into play here.
1st and 10 from the 21. Play action. Mater looking to throw as he rolls right. Dumped it short, but at the feet of Clayton Smith, who is in the flat at the 25-yard line. And he was closely guarded as well. It kind of looked like Mayer was just throwing that one away, Brad.
Yeah, wisely, and just got rid of it. They had that well defended, had all of our guys covered down, playing a lot of man-to-man, and they covered up our athletes deep. Mater nowhere to go with the football. They were kind of spying him as he rolled out to his right, showing his ability to run the ball. So just good defense there. Go back to the playbook and see what we can draw up on 2nd and 10.
Mater has a touchdown run earlier in this quarter, which gave Davis County a 24-18 lead at the time. Now they trail 30-24 with 2:30 remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 10 from the 21. A reverse. This time it's Caden Glosser coming around at the 21, and it looks like it's just a gain of perhaps 1 to the 22-yard line. Yep, just a gain of 1 for Glosser to the 22.
Glosser with the pick up a 1 will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Mustangs.
So they try and end around on 2nd and 10. Tried to fool or make the West Burlington Notre Dame defense off balance, but they were not fooled, and it's just a gain of 1. And a lot of time is being wasted as the Mustangs were in a huddle there.
They have a lot of big bodies on the defensive line who it's hard for them to get. They're big and they're stout up front, but when they're trying to get pursuit, not going to move from their spot very well. They just kind of ran right into it.
West Burlington Notre Dame calls timeout, but that was a lot of time wasted by Davis County.
It was, and we actually were saved by the West Burlington timeout, right? Was that West Burlington that called it there?
Yep.
But anyway, interesting call in the reverse because, Mater had a lot of green to work with out there. I understand you want to get the play into your ball into the playmaker's hands, but again, they have huge bodies on the defensive line that don't move real quickly laterally. They kind of just were stayed home and were there almost like they were ready for a normal ISO play up the middle when Glosser's coming back around. So we'll see what Coach Murdoch, who's called a great game the last few games, I'm impressed with his ability to find those matchups, comes up with here on 3rd and long.
So 3rd and 9 coming up, and you figure this is 4-down territory with just 1:47 remaining. Davis County has 2 timeouts left in this half. Mustangs had an 18-0 lead in the early stages of the 3rd quarter, but then West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons came just charging back.
Yes, they did. And again, just an unusual game, all around. Just a very unorthodox football game with lots of little understories and storylines, which we'll hopefully talk about in a win. But 1:47 with a long field to go and a 3rd and long here, our backs are against the wall in a couple of cases.
Trips to the left for Davis County. Mater in the pistol with McCall behind them. 3rd and 9 from the 22. Mater, short set, throws it to the seam. Caught by Glosser at the 35. Angling towards the sideline. At the 40, shakes a tackle. 7 speed. He lost the ball, but it's recovered by Easton White. Johnny on the spot at the 42-yard line. What a heads-up play by White to recover that fumble and keep possession for the Mustangs. I beg your pardon, that was Zittler that made the recovery. I thought that was White that made the recovery.
Well, good job by the senior there to recover it, whoever it was. I think it was Zittler to just fall on it, and it just kind of fell right into between his legs there. So good job to just cover it up, and we live to play another down because that would have been the ball game.
A gain of 20. Now Mater throws to the far side. It's caught. That's Easton White running up the far sideline after the defender slipped a tackle to the 32-yard line, and Davis County in business.
Good route. The defensive back actually played that one well. He was right there. Could have knocked it down. Just a timing play. Easton made a good play. And you know what he did there at the end that I like? For a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience, covered the ball up, did a lot of good ball protection to hold that one in. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from the 32. Another pass. Another catch. Glosser at the 25. Spun down at the 22. A gain of 10. And very close to another first down. Davis County wants a timeout as the clock continues to run, but the referees called timeout on their own to determine if it's a first down.
Yeah, and several seconds ticked off there that should not have because, well, maybe they're not giving them the first down. But either way, I saw guys calling for a timeout.
It's a 9-yard pass to Glosser, and, yeah, they aren't calling timeout.
And they're not calling a first down, so a lot of time ticked off there in that sequence.
55 seconds remain. 2nd and 1 from the 21. Mater with the pass to Glosser, and it's incomplete. Glosser took a shot from Xavier Jenkins that separated him from the ball at about the 15.
Yeah, and he's feeling it because he was completely stretched out. You know, it was a high pass, so he was reaching up to get it and took a shot right in the middle of his back. So I think he's probably got just the wind knocked out of him there momentarily, but definitely a scary moment for your best athlete out in space to reach up and grab that one.
Beg your pardon, 3rd and 1 from the 22-yard line of West Burlington.
He's caught his breath, and he's back out, and he's in the number 2 position out of the trips.
Mater to throw on 3rd and 1. Lofts it for White at the corner of the end zone. A flag is down. The pass is incomplete. 2 flags are down. This might be holding.
Yeah, it's in that territory.
Oh, goodness. It is. Holding against Davis County. What a killer penalty that is.
Yeah, on 3rd and
inches.
1. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's 3rd and 1 on the scoreboard, but where they have the stick at, it's literally was like an inch. So major turn of events there with inside 40 seconds here in the ball game.
That puts the ball back to the 36, and that makes it 3rd and 14 for Davis County.
Yeah, what a big penalty. 14-yard penalty.
Yep. 3rd and 14 from the 36. Mater looking to run, throws it towards the sideline, and he was outside the pocket, so that's an incomplete pass.
Yep, and it made it past the line of scrimmage.
Yep. It looked like a design quarterback run, but then he just threw it away when he saw that he was not going to get any yardage. So a wise play to keep this manageable, and I say that loosely.
Yeah, at least you have one more play at it.
Yeah, exactly. One more play for Davis County with 33 seconds remaining in the ball game. 4th and 14 from the 36. Davis County needs the 22-yard line for a first down. Zittler and Glosser to the right. White is split out to the left. Smith and McCall are in the backfield. Mater is in the pistol. Davis County's got to have it. The throw, interception on the far sideline. Jenkins has ended this game for West Burlington Notre Dame. An interception at the 30-yard line, pushed out of bounds at about the 40. And West Burlington Notre Dame celebrating on the far sideline.
Yeah, you're just trying to make a play there and get the ball into a playmaker's hands. You know, they're sitting back knowing that you have to throw the ball when you're that deep, so you're one-dimensional at that point in the game and point of the drive. So just, you know, trying to get, again, the ball into the playmaker's hands, just better defense at that time out of the West Burlington Notre Dame Falcons.
And now Falcons in victory formation. Preparing to take the snap and take a knee, which they do. Head coach Scott Murdoch will not call timeout. And that is the ball game. Good show of sportsmanship by some of the Mustangs and Falcons, shaking each other's hands. And what will be a very heartbreaking loss for the Mustangs here tonight. And our final score from here in Bloomfield as Davis County's season comes to an end by the final score of 30-24.
Just a heartbreaker.
Yeah, that's so head coach Scott Murdoch leads his team out in the field to salute West Burlington Notre Dame in what was a very hard-fought game, but sadly enough, Davis County's season has come to an end. Let's take a 4-minute timeout, and when we return, we'll put the finishing touches on this game. A lot to unpack, Brad and I do have to do here. And we'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network.
At Community First Credit Union, there's a lot to see. We build customized financial solutions so you can enjoy the life you want. We make it comfortable to have a conversation about what's important to you, like helping you stay on course to reach your savings goal. And what's important to us all, like helping to support causes that count. See for yourself what See First can do for you.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist and owner at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and let our team take care of you. If you're a current customer, I challenge you to ask a friend or neighbor that comes to our pharmacy if they are satisfied with the professionalism and small-town customer service we pride ourselves on. We provide a higher level of pharmacy care with the same copays as other pharmacies in the area. Let us sync your medications to help save you time with once-a-month pickup at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
Hi, I'm Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. Whatever project you're working on, we have what you need. From shingles, new windows, siding, plumbing, or even nice new Milwaukee power tool. If we don't have it, we can order it. And if you need professional advice on a project, we're always happy to help. While you're here, check out our Makerspace building. Make plans to stop out every month on second Saturday for lots of vendors on hand. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start to finish lumberyard.
This is Lisa Bell. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans. The agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We're proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today, 664-2362. And go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Get back to your life sooner with orthopedic care at Davis County Hospital and Clinics. Whether it's a shoulder or knee problem or a broken bone, Davis County Hospital and Clinics is here for you. Our specialists and team members will treat you with care from your first visit to surgery through rehab and therapy. Comprehensive orthopedic care isn't a long drive away. It's right here at Davis County Hospital and Clinics, building better, healthier lives.
This is Chris Merle at Hamilton Produce. We have what you need to keep everything on your farm or in the shop in working order, including a full line of cattle chutes and calving equipment. We are also your best source for the most competitive prices on LP gas. Check out our full line of Carhartt clothing and dry shod boots. And did we mention we now carry Orca coolers as well? Hamilton Produce, your one-stop shop for all your farm and hardware needs. Just off the square in Bloomfield or on the old Brick Plant Road in Ottumwa.
Hi, I'm Eric, owner of Spillman Auto Parts. We have thousands of used parts that would fix that annoying problem with your car. Dennis, Gary, and John are ready to take your call and save you money. You can also check out our eBay store and buy parts directly on our website at spillmanauto.com. And don't forget to check out our great selection of rebuildable cars, trucks, and SUVs. We look forward to meeting you at Spillman Auto Parts in Bloomfield.
Go Mustangs!
When it comes to the safety of your children, be sure to make the right choice when they start driving. At the Right Choice Driving School, they treat each student like family and do their utmost to provide each student with the necessary information and techniques to become a lifelong, safe, responsible driver. Sign up for driver's education today and you can start tomorrow. They are open to students in all Iowa districts. Go to therightchoicedrivingschool.com today for more information. Proud sponsor of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
My wife's a Davis County grad. Back in the day, so she had a hard time watching the game, knowing who to cheer for.
Well, I graduated from West Burlington, so.
Oh, you did?
Welcome back to Bloomfield, where Davis County, their season has come to an end. They lose to West Burlington Notre Dame by a final score of 30-24. Ellis Kojo along with Brad McCloskey back here with you. And I guess my first feelings of this game is just, it kind of feels like Davis kind of let this one slip away a bit.
Definitely. I mean, what an unusual season, one that will be memorable for a lot of reasons. The COVID season, right? A lot of teams had to miss a week and had to scramble to find games. We didn't see this team earlier in the season when we should have, so just an odd, unorthodox, unusual game that kind of fits right in with the theme of this season, just unusual.
And as for this, I mean, most of the time, if you win a turnover battle, you win the game.
Exactly.
West Burlington Notre Dame turned it over 4 times in the second half. They didn't turn over at all I beg your pardon. They did that in the first half. They didn't turn it over at all in the second half. However, 2 Davis County turnovers in the second half. That first interception by Mader really turned the tide for the Falcons. But yeah, they won the turnover battle. Davis County did 4-2. They outgained West Burlington Notre Dame by my count. Let's see, 440 to 306, but I think it comes down to what you brought up in the second half. Those touchdowns that Davis County scored, they couldn't add anything to that, and as you go through the game and you can't add anything to those touchdowns, that's really what came back to bite them.
It definitely did. When we were tied up, we had scored 4 times. They had scored 3, but were able to convert some of those 2-point conversions and put up as many points as we had. So, it took us more energy and more effort to put those 4 scores up than it did their 3. They came out in the second half and definitely took the momentum. And, so just a lot of little things added up over the game that really were the difference in this ball game.
So Davis County had an 18-0 lead at the beginning of the second half. Remember that unsportsmanlike conduct at the end of the first half. They took advantage of a very short field after a botched onside kick, and they only had to go 31 yards for another touchdown. Gavin McCall with the phone call. So Davis County had to go to they had an 18-0 lead after Gavin McCall ran it in from a yard out, and so it was an 18-0 lead, and then it just seemed like that we saw a completely different West Burlington Notre Dame team when they came out in the second half.
Yeah, and I think they were, caught off guard a little bit when their best player went down, so that took some time for them to get their kind of bearings back to them. Didn't take long for their number 35, Kendall Baker, their senior, to get going in his replacement. And just came out with a lot more energy and a lot more fire, and I'm sure, their coach, who, was very fired up at the end of the first half, was fortunate to even see the second half, the way he was acting over on the sideline.
Yeah.
We don't know what he was saying, but just his body language and his mannerism said that he was pretty fired up and was trying to, get his coaches off him. So he was fortunate to see the second half, and, they made the best of it. They made plays. They came out with a lot of energy, and they were able to make 2-point conversions when we weren't.
And you hate to say it, but it's just that they were bigger up front, and there's only so many things you can do against size. Hey, let's tip our hats to Davis County. They played hard.
They did.
They played very hard.
No doubt.
But it's just one of those cases where they played hard, but it's just they were in position. It's just that West Burlington, Notre Dame, up front, they were bigger and stronger than the Mustangs were.
Yeah, and they had a special teams play that we didn't. When special teams matter, and we tried an onside kick, gave them a very short field that they were able to take advantage of. So, a missed onside kick that was kind of one of those wrinkles that we knew were coming at some point. We did not execute that, gave them a very short field when they had when we had all the momentum going our way. That kind of gave them that opportunity that they were able to seize. And, they had some nice. Well, they had a turnover on special teams themselves. They had an onside kick. So just things that we didn't execute, they did. Again, those little understories and storylines were what were the difference here tonight.
And they just made just enough plays in the air. Remember that 63-yard touchdown pass that Hoffman threw to Olsen, and that tied the score at 24. And so Davis County ended up punting on their next possession, and then. Who turned out to be, I guess, their key guy, Kendall Baker, their backup running back. I mean, let's keep in mind, their leading rusher, rushing for over 1,200 yards, Trayvon Donaldson. He didn't play for most of this game, so Kendall Baker really stepped up and came up big for them. Just looking at the Davis County stats, though, and they had two 100-yard rushers, Gavin McCall, Carson Mader. And they had some big plays in the passing game. They had plays of 53, 37, 20, 36. That sounds like a formula for a Davis County win, yet Davis County, their season is over.
Yeah, and that's why this has just such a weird feel to it, because it just really feels like there's a lot of unfinished business here tonight, because all the stats, if you just put them up and didn't show the score, you'd say, well, this Team A, with all the stats, all these things that went their way,
the turnovers,
yes. Yep, the yards, the 100 rushing backs, then you throw in the fact that their best player went down early in the game. I mean, just had everything set up for us to get it done, and again, just those little things that really add up over a football game, they got us in the end.
All right, so we've about reached the end of our season. How about one more player of the game? A tough call, because, like I said, there's two 100-yard rushers. Who do you give the nod to?
I'm fine taking the easy way on giving it to both of them, because both of those guys are very deserving. Those were the two that I was kind of racking my head around tonight. Yeah. Guys that have been consistent in their play. Tonight, Carson was a little bit less consistent with his arm, but he made up for it on the ground game. A 100-yard rusher there. Gavin was the Gavin of old tonight. Finishing his runs like we'd seen out of him a lot last year, and just had that extra bit of emphasis on his run. So I'm perfectly happy saying both of them, because they're both very deserving, and I'm just really sad for not only them but all the seniors who just, this has that feel of unfinished business that they'll never get to finish, because this is it. That's the end of the game for them and end of the season.
Talk about the feelings of it being your senior year, and you take off that jersey knowing that that's the last time you're going to be taking off that jersey.
Yeah, and I have chills running on my back just now thinking back to my last game. We had a great season going ourselves, playing for the West Burlington Falcons, and just a lot of unfinished business ourselves. So there's a lot of emotion. You'd see it already before the kids were even able to get off the sideline. I saw Coach Murdoch going to each senior, giving them a great big hug, and just a lot of emotion, because again, man, they had every opportunity to win this game, and really by all rights should be the team playing next Friday. But just, again, the little things that matter, that, on football, when you watch it on Saturday or Sunday, you see the big plays, you see the offense, you see the big hits. Special teams matter. All the little things, every snap, do make a difference, especially in the outcome of a game. So, but I'm very happy for those two. They've been kind of the leaders of the team. They're juniors. We're going to see them again next year. Yep. But just sad to see it end, because what an unusual season and what an unusual game to end it on.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. So we'd like to thank all of you for listening, whether you're watching on our Ottumwa Radio Group Facebook page or listening on 104.3 KRKN. Thanks for riding with us this entire season and sticking with us. And it's been, like you said, it's been an unusual season, but it's been fun. But just like every football season, Brad, it seems to be over too quickly.
It does, and especially this one. This one's hurt. This hurts. We kind of get to know these boys, and I see them around town, and again, a very fragile season from week to week. You're just very fortunate to get to play the games, and especially when you get to play in these kind of conditions on Friday nights. It's a special time, and I just feel for those seniors who, for a lot of them, this will be the last time they play this great game where you learn so many life lessons, and I hope they learn some lessons this season and tonight.
So once again, our final score as Davis County's season comes to an end: West Burlington Notre Dame 30, Davis County 24. That will do it for our football season. Again, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your Friday evenings, and we'll be with you during basketball season. You may see Brad McCloskey running around as a referee every now and then too.
Yeah, I'll come over and say hi. Ellis is like, when a dog when they see the mailman. That's how he treats me when I wear the stripes. It's like he thinks I'm a different person, Ellis. It's still me under there.
Yeah, you do. You look different with the stripes. That's all I gotta say. Well, Brad, thanks a lot, man, for coming with me this season and doing these football games. And you add such great insight into these broadcasts. So thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you. I sure appreciate it, and it's my privilege because this is a great game, and I just am very fortunate to be able to call it. As always, the season goes too fast, and this one especially because it was cut short, not only by COVID, but just by the way they structured the playoffs. So a shorter season, but a great season nonetheless. Thank you, my friend, for having me.
Not a problem. Thanks as well to Parker Stevens, our on-site producer, as well as Allison Walker, handling things on the radio side. That will do it for us today. Have a great Friday, and you have been listening to Mustang Football on 1240. On 104.3 KRKN, and also on the Ottumwa Radio Group Sports Network. So that'll do it for us. That'll do it for us this season. Thank you so much for watching.